Hello everyone and welcome to the Winter Summit of 2026. I'm Mod Ayiza and I'm joined by...
Mod Kieren. Hello, nice to see you all.
How are you doing today, Kieren?
Fantastic. And you know, this is one of my favorite things we get to do as part of our job. So, old school announcements at the summit. Hell yeah.
First announcement of the day, hashtag Sarah on my chest. Congratulations to Team Sarah Domin who managed to win in Dead Man Factions. We hope everyone that was watching at home really enjoyed that. So a real quick shout out to some of the standouts in the team, which I'm going to go off on based on the graphics. So I've missed you out here, I'm really sorry. But we had Settled, Soup, Frame, Tierzu, Austin, Zizaran, Mr. Mammal, Foe, MMORPG, Anifusia, Keon, Coleno, and so many more. So yeah, huge congratulations to winning that. What an epic event. That was so cool, so much fun. And who'd have thought that you could somehow organise 160 creators to be in one place at the same time.
I mean, you've tried organising creators.
Yeah, I have.
It's a tough job.
It's not the easiest of things to get through. So, yeah. Anyway, that aside, as if that wasn't enough excitement for the day, we are so excited to be able to showcase what we've got on offer for the rest of this year and beyond in old school Runescape. We're going to be switching things up a little bit this summit. Sometimes experimentation is good, sometimes it's bad. It's going to be down to you to let us know at the end of the stream today when the poll goes open for you to vote on all the content. We're also going to be asking for your opinions on how the show has been, as well as what you're most excited for. So, what's different? We're going to go through all of the announcements back to back. So if you've got issues with attention span, don't worry, because you won't have to worry about any breaks. After that, we're going straight into the Q&As with the developers. We're going to get some JMods on the couch, or on the bench, I should say, and they'll be there to answer all the questions for the content that's been on offer for today. We're also going to be doing a whole bunch of giveaways throughout the stream. So if you want to be in a chance to win some really awesome merch, some brand new things that have never been on offer before, then make sure you stay tuned in. Make sure you stick around. Listen out for when we announce those giveaways and the commands that we give so that you can be in with a chance to win them.
It's really cool stuff. Genuinely.
It really is. So let's just get through some announcements really quickly first. And first up, !RS25. It is actually RuneScape's 25th anniversary. And well, we're ready to celebrate. So check out the full lineup of things that are all RS25 related with !RS25.
And speaking of cool merch stuff, !Starforge. From a full PC and keyboard setup to artwork and epic keycaps, check out our new range of Starforge tech here.
You ever consider getting a job on one of those like infomercial channels? You have a really
what
good
about
voice
those
for
shopping
it.
channels? You
Yeah.
know, the ones where you got to like,
QVC?
the price is going down, you got to get the purchase now.
Call
All
now,
those
this
ones.
is the best discount that you're going to get all night. Anyway, !Vinyl. Celebrate 25 years of RuneScape music with a 5-disc collector's vinyl set from Lace Records, available to pre-order with !Vinyl.
The artwork looks so cool on those. An !Castle. Lay claim to your very own Lumbridge Castle in miniature form thanks to you twos. Pre-order this new mini brick set now.
The mini Breck set.
Hey,
I shouldn't do it because I'm going to mess up.
You will
You're
mess
going to
up,
get me
absolutely.
back. All right, so giveaways. We mentioned them just a moment ago. !Giveaway. In order to enter all of today's giveaways, you need to be in the official Old School RuneScape Discord server. In that server is a channel called Giveaways, and there is a bot that has posted a message that you need to react to. It is as simple as that. When you see the message come up, react to it, then you're going to be in with a chance to win. But you have to be in the server, you have to have reacted. So !Discord in order to be able to get into there. And our first giveaway is actually going to be the exact castle that Mod Kieren was just talking about. It is the Lumbridge Castle from U2s. You just have to build it first, but if you are into that kind of stuff, it looks amazing. There's so much attention to detail. Over 3,000, well, not over. Oh, no, it is over 3,700 miniature bricks. And I've actually got some stats here. It is apparently around about 16 inches wide and 10 inches high. So it's a pretty big piece of castle.
It looks so good on like a nerd shelf, anything like that. And you will need 99 construction.
No, you won't. I definitely want to cop one of those myself.
Yeah. And if you're not necessarily feeling the best of luck, it is available to pre-order now. You can use !Castle to head to the U2's website and get your order in. It will be available for a limited time only. But obviously we are starting that giveaway, !Giveaway, in the Twitch chat for a link. And as Ayiza just explained, to the giveaways channel in the Discord.
All right. Well, let's get straight into it with our first roadmap reveal of the evening. It is going to be the Blood Moon Rises.
So, why am I here?
Well, we kind of want to do a funny travel-style infomercial for Vampirium, and we want you, Rice, to do the voice.
Okay, just so you know, I think this is a shit idea and there's no way I'm gonna... Are you tired of vacationing without the fear of imminent death? Well, cast away your stress and open yourself up to the overwhelming horrors of Vampirium!
Last year, we announced the finale to the vampire storyline, The Blood Moon Rises. In this Grandmaster quest, you'll face off against Lawernial Drakan himself in our hardest quest PVM encounter yet. Now at Runefest, I said,
I don't intend to spoil the events of this quest.
and that's still mostly true. However, I think it's time to reveal a little bit more about the area you'll be visiting during the quest. The vampire's ancestral home, Vampirium.
Everything in Vampirium is out to get you. Once you step inside, you instantly feel unsafe.
The landscape is stained crimson from the rivers to the trees. Every inch of the biome is built to extract. It's parasitic and bloodthirsty.
The plants are spiky, carnivorous, and aggressive, like if Karamja and the Stranglewood has some sort of baby.
You'll see high-level creatures roaming, and even if they choose not to become aggressive, it's going to put you on edge. It's an entire ecosystem like nothing you've ever seen before in old-school RuneScape, ruled by a blood-based hierarchy.
But that's not all! Vampirium is full of bloodthirsty creatures who won't hesitate to suck you dry. Including our new cuddly resident, the Maggot King!
All hail the Maggot King!
Can you please list off all of the horrifying creatures that are coming with Vampirium?
We have Venators,
Snakes,
softer leeches,
Nilochus,
snails,
koala bears.
I'm sorry, koala bears?
Well, koala bear adjacent.
this pathetic purple guy,
Dire bats.
and of course, maggots. So many maggots.
Maggots are one of the many horrors found in Vampirium. These parasitic creatures lay their eggs upon corpses, only to then be eaten by one of Vampirium's many predators. The eggs then hatch within the predator, and the maggot begins to grow. These maggots will then use the body of their former host as a puppet, with them now becoming the predator. At this stage, these maggots are known as progenitors, but the vampires also gave them another name, the Maggot Kings. Maggot Kings are one of Vampirium's deadliest creatures, and you'll be able to take on one of these horrors in a new, repeatable, post-quest boss encounter. If you're more of a skiller than a killer, we've also got some new activities coming in Vampirium. First, we have the Bloodwood trees. These medium-sized trees are native to Vampirium, with reddish-brown bark and blood-red leaves. Their sap is also blood-red, giving them their name. Next, we have the Stimfikes. These are predatory birds found on Vampirium. They primarily hunt Letvek, impaling their prey on sharp branches before drinking their blood. Finally, we have the Leechfins. These are lamprey-like fish living in Vampirium's rivers. Using sucker-like mouths, they latch onto other fish to feed on blood and fluids.
But it wouldn't be a great holiday without some souvenirs to take home to the farm. Whether it's a flail for that blood shard obsessed cousin of yours, a swanky new necklace for your sister, or a big crimson bludgeon for your sweet old grandma. Those pesky solicitors won't be bothering her anytime soon.
Let's talk rewards. Beating the quest itself will give you access to the next flail upgrade. This is a new best-in-slot weapon against vampires. You'll also gain access to another new untradeable reward, a mid to late game special attack weapon that, unsurprisingly, is also very effective against the Bitey Brigade. But the real rewards can only be earned as loot from repeatedly smooshing the Maggot King. First, we have the Seeker arrows, which are modified arrows that can be fitted with any arrowhead to increase the equivalent arrow stats. Next, we have the Necklace of Pursuit, which is the new best-in-slot ranged necklace. The creation process will be similar to the Amulet of Rancor, with some improvements made to make it more easily tradable. Finally, we have a new melee weapon, the Crimson Bludgeon. The Crimson Bludgeon is a new competitive crush DPS spec weapon. Its special attack costs 50% energy, dealing between 70 to 110% of your max hit while making 4 accuracy rolls. This is one of our most anticipated and ambitious quests to date, finally closing the book on the Mayaki storyline that has spanned Old School's history for more than 20 years. Keep an eye on our official channels for more updates soon, but for now, get ready, for when the blood moon rises, only one can stand in its light.
Come and visit Vampirium today! Call now and get an extra 50 maggots completely free! If you don't, we will find you and bring you here ourselves! Oh, God. Sorry, I got way too into it, didn't I?
Yeah, you drained Mudq of all of his blood.
Oh, shit.
Well, that certainly was one of the videos of all time.
I think we might have given the video team a little bit too much creative freedom with that one. Shall we talk about the Blood Moon Rises and forget what we just saw?
We shall, because it's very, very exciting stuff. Lord Drakan is stirring, and Mauritania trembles as he has his sights set on one thing: restoring the vampires to their former glory and draining the living world in the process.
The Blood Moon Rises will see the epic conclusion to the Mayaki saga with the darkest Grandmaster quest yet. We're going to be chatting to some of the devs later in the show, but Kieren, what can we share about the quest for now?
Well, as part of our Winter Summit poll, we'll be asking you to vote on the quest rewards. A new post-quest high-level boss called the Maggot King, a brand new Slayer creature, and some new skilling activities to get stuck into once you've completed the quest.
And that poll will be opening straight after today's stream, so make sure that you get your votes in when it goes live.
I'm sure the biggest question on most people's lips is, when can we expect to see the content?
Oh, I thought you were just going to stick with the script. I had a great response ready for that. Never mind. Well, we did previously share that it would be an early 2026 release, but we're just going to be completely transparent. We wanted to make sure that we were getting it right and taking our time for such an epic close to the Mayaki saga. So you'll be able to venture into Vampirium from summer this year.
And just before we move on, exclamation mark Blood Moon in the chat will take you to a blog giving you much more information about the content. But from one brutal environment to another, let's take a look at the next reveal.
Man Allstars is back for Season 3, and it's going to be bigger than ever. My name is Solo Mission, the founder of Man Allstars, and I'm here to tell you about all the huge changes coming to Season 3. If you don't know, Man Allstars is the biggest content creator event in Old School. 6 teams of 5 have a week to build accounts from scratch on a private Deadman world, and then fight to the death in the finale. This competition has led to some of the most iconic RuneScape moments, and I'm working with Jagex to take this season to the next level. Man Allstars Season 3 will be the first overseas RuneScape event in history, with the finale taking place live in Chicago. All of our competitors will be playing in the finale on stage at the Rosemont Theatre, and there'll be 3,000 tickets available, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled as they're going to be going on sale next month. But who will you be able to see in Allstars 3? Of course, I have an all-star lineup for you. We've got faces old and new in here, a big shake-up of the teams as well, with 4 new captains. Returning, we have the Ode Block Warriors and the Dino Nuggets, and our new teams are the West Ham Weasels, the Perp Rebels, Frames Friends, and the Reese Rhinos. So the teams will look completely different in Season 3, and so will the draft, as some of our old captains will no doubt become first-round picks. Now let's get into some changes. The core fundamentals of Man Allstars will remain the same, but in Season 3 there will be some structural differences. The The first being that we plan on implementing 6 hours of daily downtime. This will occur in the globally quietest periods of the day in which the All-Stars world will be locked and our competitors will be forced to take a break. We don't want anyone passing out midstream. We'll also be adding a midweek break to the All-Stars schedule on the 11th of June, where the world will be locked for a full day. This is a chance for our competitors to refresh themselves before going again in the second half of the week. Now, when going from Season 1 to Season 2, the overwhelming feedback was people wanted to see more PvP, and that's why additional kill incentives were added in Season 2. As a result, we went from seeing 59 kills in Season 1 to 110 kills in Season 2. However, even though that was great for action during the week, it led to a perceived certainty in the outcome of the finale, which has to change. In Season 3, kill incentives will move to a blood money system where not all kills are treated equally. Kills in single combat will reward more blood money than kills in multi-combat. Kills on earlier days will reward less blood money than kills on later days. And the impact of deaths will be greatly reduced across the board, meaning that nobody will be turning up to the finale with anything less than the base supplies. Teams will be able to spend this blood money on upgrades to be used exclusively in the finale. But don't worry, the incentives will cap out far below what was possible in Season 2. Speaking of the finale, not much is changing here. Each team will line up in reverse draft order and then fight to the death. But we are bringing it back to basics. Use of sigils will be banned in the Season 3 finale. We do want to keep players on their toes though, and no match should ever feel like it's over until the last player dies, which is why a limited use vengeance trinket will be purchasable for blood money in the finale shop. So no matter how far behind a team is, there's always a chance of a skillful KO to win it all. As for the week itself, Man Allstars will continue to be a more cutthroat version of Deadman, with less forgiving mechanics when compared to the public Man modes. High-risk multi-combat breaches are the most exciting part of each day and will of course return as they were in Season 2. But in addition to breaches, I have a little extra spice for you. Missions! Yeah, I thought the name was appropriate. 2 times a day, a new mission will be posted in-game. This will put teams against each other in a race to be the first to complete a task. For example, let's say the mission is to be the first team to defeat all 3 wilderness bosses, and the reward is a corrupted Voidwaker. Competitors won't know what the mission is until it's posted. Will they scramble to get gear and try and complete the mission, or will they forget the mission altogether and just go and fight over the hotspot? This is a great way to stimulate fighting in areas of the game that aren't typically part of the All-Stars meta, and it also will be an opportunity for PVMers to shine, as some of the missions will have higher skill ceilings than others. So this season will no doubt see even more action, and what better way to keep up with it than through our new spectator stream. Yes, maybe you've noticed I'm not competing this season, and that's because I'm joining you guys in the audience with a front row seat. I'll be hosting a new stream using spectator tools, which allow me to jump all over the map, and it will be a great way to follow all of the action during the week. We'll be doing detailed breakdowns before the breach and keeping you up to date with the latest stats and analysis of everything All-Stars. Of course, there'll be plenty more gameplay changes to keep the progression in Season 3 fresh, but I'm going to hold off on designing too many of them until we see how Deadman Annihilation plays out. I hope this whets your appetite for Deadman All-Stars Season 3. The important dates for your diary: the competition week will be on the 6th of June to the 15th of June, and the finale live in Chicago on the 20th of June. I will literally see you there.
How exciting is that? This time with All-Stars, we won't only be sharing a game world. They'll be coming together in Chicago for a live in-person finale.
That is honestly so hype. It is our first ever in-person US event, and we couldn't be more excited for it to be happening. You'll get to experience all of your favorite Deadman finale moments live on stage, as well as the chance to meet some of your favorite creators and some JMods in real life. Plus, we're going to have some exclusive Deadman related merch that will be available, and like, I've had a sneak peek of it. I can genuinely tell you it is sick.
It looks so cool. Like, I need to get my own hands. I really hope I can get some. But we're going to have over 4,000 tickets available too, which is huge. And that's bigger than last RuneFest.
Yep.
So like actually crazy numbers. It's going to be so good to have this happening. Tickets will be releasing next month with a 24-hour pre-sale for active players on February 20th. And there'll be a general release the day after, February 21st. So keep your eye on the launcher and your email for the pre-sale codes closer to the time.
Now, for those of you that are listening and you just heard active players, you might be panicking if you're not playing right now. Let me just quickly explain, because it is genuinely really simple. Mod Kieren made some good points towards the end there about a launcher and an email. Our interpretation here of active players, all that you genuinely need to be able to do is load the launcher on your PC. As long as it opens up, you should be able to see the code on the 20th of Feb when the day comes around. Or as long as you're opted into email communications in your account settings page, you'll get an email that will have the code in as well. That is it. That simple. We just wanted to make sure that those of you who are active, who are around, that are following the scene, have a chance to be able to buy tickets before it goes out to the wider general public. Yeah, that finale as well, if you can't make it, will be live streamed on our Twitch channel as well. So don't worry, you'll still be able to catch all of the action.
It's going to be so cool to be in Chicago and having a big event over there. It's going to be so cool. But All-Stars aside, that is not it for Dead Man in 2026.
Yeah, that's right, because we have Dead Man Annihilation, which is launching in just 5 days' time on January the 30th. If you haven't already seen it, !DMM for the blog that details all of the changes that are coming with Dead Man Annihilation. And there's also a really, really good video that Johnny and P4 and Pure Spam put together, which will help you just digest it all if you don't want to have... it's quite a long read, to be honest. There's a lot of stuff that goes on with Dead Man, but I would genuinely suggest that you go take a look. This Dead Man is by far the absolute best one for you to get stuck into if you've never experienced it before, or if you have in the past, didn't really enjoy it that much, felt it was a bit too punishing, maybe full PvP isn't just like your thing. This really is a good opportunity to jump in and give it a go. It's way more friendly and approachable than it ever has been before. So many great changes that should help just make it just feel a lot better, and some of the rewards are also bloody damn fantastic.
And we've also spiced up the finale format this year by splitting players randomly into 2 factions for a portion. I'm excited to see what that does for the results. We've also plenty of sick cosmetic rewards on offer too, so it's well worth taking part.
Absolutely will be. And we're going to be joined by the brains behind Dead Man All-Stars Live solo mission in a little bit more...
There you go.
It's happened in a little bit more time, and we're going to go through everything that we can. But before that, we have even more to show you, and I can't wait for this next one, so let's just get on with it.
It always begins the same. The sage calls, and the mortals dance. But this time, I was listening. Her trials amuse those who watch from above, yet none ask what lies beneath. Endless games. Their souls are mine. This league is mine. This league is mine.
It's a little bit terrifying.
Slightly menacing. But we're not slowing down. We're adding a league to the 2026 lineup.
Mod Ayiza and Mod Kieren. My favorite mortal heralds.
Oh.
Is that Yama?
That is Yama. It's honestly, I'm getting a little bit chills here. I'm already sweating enough as it is. So, yeah, I think it was meant to be Yama. But folks, it's right. League 6 is literally just around the corner, coming out in April, and Yama wants to bargain. This league is all about things dark and demonic as you enter into some dangerous deals with the Master of Pacts himself.
As with every league, we'll be keeping hold of features you've seen before, such as boss variants and combat masteries. Though on that particular feature, the team have cooked up something a bit different, which we'll share more on in the future. What I can say is we'll be giving you more powerful choices to customize your league experience. Plus, we're spicing up with all new challenges, upgrades, and
Mod
rewards.
Kieren, your mortal chat grows restless. I suggest you calm them before I am forced to intervene.
Chat, you better listen up.
Yeah, behave yourselves. I don't want to have to put that outfit on again and fight the real Yammer. Now look, you're going to be able to have your say on some truly demonic cosmetic rewards with the usual roster of a new home teleport, new outfits, and a home banner, along with some new additions like Yammer's Throne for your player-owned house and an ornament kit for the Soul Reaper axe. You'll be able to cast your vote on these in the Winter Summit poll that will open at the end of the stream.
Honestly, as ever, buzzing for a league. So exciting. Can't wait to talk about it a little bit later with some of the mods as well. So bring on April.
Heck yeah.
Mod Kieren, your smile betrays you. You know April will break them.
What's April going to store? It's leaks. It's leaks. My smile's as honest as it gets, all right?
Yeah, whatever. I see through it as well. League 6 in the chat for the blog for all the extra info that we can share with you for now in regards to the upcoming League Demonic Pacts. Okay.
Absolutely. So 2026 is already shaping up to be a big year for Old School. And we haven't even filled in the rest of our roadmap yet. But it's also a big year for RuneScape as a whole because it's our 25th anniversary.
25 whole years of RuneScape. How mad is that?
It's kind of hard to comprehend.
I know.
Like, you know, think about the first time you ever played, how long ago that is now. Like, it's terrifying.
It's
RuneScape's
actually
been over
getting
half
very
my
close.
life.
It's getting very close to nearly 25 years for me. That's how old I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, believe it or not. But, you know, it's also crazy to think that the game itself is older than some people that are playing it.
Yeah.
What a world we live in. But yeah, that's 25 years of quests, new bosses, in-person events, Twitch streams, epic wins, and devastating deaths. So what we did was we asked some of your favorite creators for their top moments over the years, and our amazing video team, with a little bit less creative freedom this time, put together something to share.
My name is Elliot, my online name is Skidler. Let me do that again.
I'm Alex, I'm Coxie.
I'm Odablock.
My name is SupRS.
I'm Solar Mission.
My name is Jimmy.
My name is Framed.
With a 1, spell it with a 1.
Sylvester. My name is Skillspecs.
My favorite community moment of all time was when I built the greatest old school player-owned house ever.
I recently maxed, but I'm gonna have to say probably getting out of debt in the duel arena. I was in 258 build debt. I mean, brother. Yeah, I was a degenerate a little bit, just a little.
How big the community made the 73 meme.
Favorite memory ever playing this game is killing Odablock and Demo Man.
Okay.
Greatest feeling ever.
I remember the Bounty Hunter Kratos.
Bounty Hunter Crater.
PKing a Rune Halberd.
PKing a Dark Bow and Mystic set.
And just being like, holy, that is just so much money for back in the day.
First day I released Gillinor games, changed my life.
The Gillinor games recently that's been going on, my mum loves watching that with me. Mama Specs has been enjoying watching the Gillinor games.
Getting a twisted bow on my Iron Man.
When I found out what Alt F4 did.
Finishing all pets the first time, never felt euphoria like that.
My mum gifted us for our birthday. I think my brother got an Abyssal Whip, and I got a full set of White Mystic. Yeah, my mum played the RuneScape. Yeah, she's got an Iron Man.
Flared trousers.
When they did the Well of Goodwill. The RuneScape community has always been so generous. That is such a cheesy answer. So I was gonna watch this and go, this guy's a tosser online.
A wholesome memory for me would probably be winning a video competition.
This like really short guy, he's like probably like up to here on me.
Giving me a Santa hat for winning. His name was Framed. You've heard of that guy before. Very weird guy.
Yeah.
But he gave me a Santa hat, so it's fine.
That's how I met one of my best friends on the game, Jimmy.
I guess people that come to the events that either I participate in or host. Because just seeing everybody gather together willing to watch RuneScape, there's just honestly something beautiful about it.
So many good memories in there. Like 25 years, the amount of memories that the whole community have. You've all got your own in the chat, I'm sure. Just like we do, I'm sure as well.
Yeah, what's your favorite moment?
I think my most memorable moment, I think, is probably the day Old School released.
Yeah.
Like the rush of everyone logging in, like knowing what to do, right? That's the first time we'd never had like a game mode or anything like that before. So that rush of everyone going back through the tutorial and spawning in Lumbridge. Crazy to look back on that now. What about yours?
Yeah, I mean, you just literally mocked me for telling you mine during that video. So I'm going to change it slightly, but it's related. It would be the time that I got my first fire cape in old school. And there's a couple of reasons why it was so kind of like memorable to me. And obviously, it's, you know, your first fire cape. Everyone remembers their first fire cape, right?
Mine as well. I ran outside and
Yeah.
ran around a lamppost in the street.
I was like,
Genuinely.
I was literally vibrating because I was so nervous from it. But there was actually a few J mods at the time that were in my stream because I was live on Twitch when I did that. And I like to think that that moment helped me get my job here, because those same mods then said to me after my interview that, you know, they'd noticed and they saw that I'd applied, and I don't know, I'd like to think that it helped because
They saw your talents.
This
man could get a fire cape.
No, not my talents. It was more just that it helped me. It helped someone notice me enough. So, you know, a little bit of nepotism hire maybe. But yeah, no. Look, we've got a load of cool things coming up throughout the year to celebrate all of the huge what a huge milestone this is for the franchise. But there is one that we just have to talk about right now, and it's RuneFest.
Yeah, ! RuneFest in the chat to learn more about this. But it's so back. Not only back, but it's bigger and better than ever before. And this year, we're going to have 6,000 tickets available. That is doubling the size of last year's RuneFest, which it's terrifying everybody in the planning of all of this, but it's going to be so good.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. That's 6,000 people to meet, to say hello to hear and share experiences with, and it is one of the most wholesome and lovely moments ever. We've seen the whole... I'm so distracted because I can just see the production crew. They're just like... oohing around with themselves. Anyway, it's also RuneFest on our anniversary year, so we're going to be having special anniversary content and lots of surprises on store as well.
Yeah, I mean, RuneFest, we're talking about memorable moments just before, but it's always been an iconic memory of mine. I remember the first time going to one before I was working here even. There's just so many memories through every single RuneFest we've done, and last year it was one of the peaks of the year for me. So I can't wait for this. We can't give away much right now, but the level up since last year is insane. And if you'd been at RuneFest previously, you'll know just how much last year already stepped it up.
Yeah, so we're going to be back at the NEC in Birmingham, but this time we're actually going to have 2 permanent stages for the entire weekend, so we can share even more content and updates with you.
So good. One of my favorite things last year was the skill chip challenges, and we're working on brand new ones for this year. I can't wait to see what the team cooks up. It's so fun seeing everybody taking part in them, and the J-mods manning the stations will be getting in character too.
Nice. I also loved all of the community meetups that we did, as well as the meet and greets. The chance to really chat with all of you and introduce you to some of your favorite creators. We'll be bringing all of that good stuff back.
Yeah, and anybody who watched the Golden Gnomes last year, we can't be forgetting the socks.
Yes, we'll be bringing plenty of socks, along with a whole bunch of new and exclusive merch. We'll give you more info on this as we get closer to the time, and tickets will go on sale this spring. Until then, mark your calendars for October 3rd and 4th. And if you can't make it in person, we are cooking up ideas on how we can bring RuneFest to you digitally much better than we ever have before.
And with that said, shall we announce our first giveaway winner? I think we should, because we do have a first winner for the first giveaway for the Lumbridge Castle. Congratulations to Ben Bat. You've got your own 3,700 miniature brick set to build.
Woo! Congratulations. All right.
Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, the next one. Let's do it. Okay. One truly iconic element of RuneScape, no matter which game you play, is the music. And we've teamed up with Lace Records to bring you an epic collector's vinyl set. It was so hard for the team to choose which song should be commemorated in this way, so they just thought, well, heck it, why not? Let's just do 5 discs worth instead. And that will be covering old school RuneScape and RuneScape throughout our history. We also worked with community artist Encoro to create the epic artwork of iconic bosses on each sleeve.
Pre-orders are also available right now, with this gold disc variant available exclusively from the Laced Records store. You can use !vinyl in the chat to head over to that store, and you can also listen to your chosen tracks on all major streaming platforms from tomorrow.
However, as we mentioned, we are doing giveaways, and we are also going to be giving away one of these. This is the RuneScape 25 Years Deluxe Vinyl Box Set. Vinyl Box Set, there we go. Now, I'm seeing in chat, everyone's spamming !giveaway. That's really cool if you're not in the Discord, but just in case, so that you are fully aware, spamming !giveaway does not enter you into the giveaway. It gives you a link to the old school RuneScape Discord server, which is where you need to join to then react to the message in the giveaways channel in order to enter. So if you want to carry on spamming, you're more than welcome to. It saves me seeing some unsavory comments at times, but if you're doing it to enter, well, you're not getting in. Just make sure you join the Discord, react to the message in the giveaways channel. Yeah, make sure your DMs are open as well. Our team will contact you directly in order to arrange shipping for the rewards to be sent, to the prizes to be sent out to you. So make sure you've got your DMs open. All right, I think we're ready for the next drop now.
Hello, I'm Mod Elena.
And I'm Mod Husky.
And we're currently out here freezing our asses off on the closest thing we could find to a boat to say thank you for all your amazing sailing feedback.
But we're not just here to say thank you, while also potentially giving ourselves some frostbite.
We're also here to talk about the amazing sailing roadmap we've got coming up.
But of course, this roadmap is subject to change based on your feedback. Enjoy!
Can we please get off this boat now? Whew. Now that we're out of the cold and off that sad excuse for a boat, it's time to get stuck into the roadmap. So, kicking things off in the spring, as the flowers begin to bloom and the hay fever sufferers cower in fear.
Pollen!
We'll be jumping straight back into the Tortugan questline with the Red Reef. In this quest, you'll be going undercover and underwater to investigate a shady trading company and promises no shortage of twists, turns, and swashbuckling pirates. For your troubles, you'll earn more trust from the Tortugans, granting access to a new woodcutting area. And most importantly, you'll be all set for the Tortugan Trilogy's epic finale later down the line.
Then, as the hot summer sun starts to burn those salty shoulders of yours, we'll have a brand new player-designed island for you to discover and explore. And I've got the first submission right here, so let's take a look. Oh. Well, we definitely can't use that one. Maybe we should have refined the guidelines a little.
Oh, hey, what's this?
Sorry, Nan. Many of you will remember that Varlamore itself began as a player suggestion years ago on the 2000scape subreddit. Throughout the development of sailing, we've tried to keep that same level of community involvement alive. That's why we launched the Player Designed Island competition. And after going through all of your submissions, our panel of JMods have selected 4 finalists. So what are you waiting for? Check it out in the blog that's live right now.
We've also heard your feedback loud and clear about the state of combat in sailing. And so, to fix this, we've decided to shoot Husky out of a cannon as punishment.
But it wasn't just me who worked on combat!
Oh, and we're also going to use your feedback to make combat better too. I just really wanted to shoot Husky out of a cannon. We're actively working on identifying the pain points and common frustrations that you have with boat combat. We want you to enjoy the proper fantasy feeling of commanding your crew as a seasoned captain. So, keep an eye out for a blog covering the full details of improvements to boat combat in the near future.
Then, as spooky season comes around in the autumn, we're gonna jump scare you with a brand new Barracuda trial. Thanks, Elena.
You're welcome. What did I do?
Wait, if that wasn't you, then... Alright, so we can't tell you everything about the new Barracuda trial, mostly because it hasn't been made yet. But here's what we can say. We're taking all the learnings from previous trials and incorporating your feedback to make sure this is the best trial yet, even if they sometimes make you want to throw your monitor out of a window.
But autumn isn't just for you speed freaks out there. We'll also be adding a brand new sequel quest for an existing storyline.
Gotta go fast.
Husky, stop it! You're gonna hurt yourself.
I'm okay.
That's right. There's another adventure on the horizon. I can feel it on the breeze. Maybe we'll explore what Will and Anne are up to after they left us stranded on the Pandemonium. Or perhaps Bill Teach has got some news for us after our adventure on Harmony Island. I guess you'll have to find out when the time comes. Until then, sharpen those scimitars. There be pirates out there.
And finally, at the end of the year, we'll have one last special gift just for you. That's right, it's a brand new Sea Expand! When we launched sailing, we wanted to start with fewer, more focused sections of the ocean first, rather than giving you access to the entire sea map all at once. That means there are still parts of Gillinor's Sea that don't have any content yet. We haven't decided on which ocean to expand into yet, but we'd like to explore how it might tie into the updates we talked about earlier, like the sequel quest or the new Barracuda trial. If you have any ideas, please let us know.
And that's the 2026 Sailing Roadmap. Ah, isn't it beautiful?
Now, just one last thing before we go. We want to say thank you for all of the amazing feedback we've gotten from sailing so far. Without it, sailing wouldn't be the skill that it is today. So thank you so much for watching, and please do enjoy the rest of the summit. Now, however, I've got some J-mods to spec.
Oh god, run!
I love that video. And there it is. With the launch of Sailing, Old School's first ever new skill at the end of last year, it was such a huge moment for the game, players and us as staff alike. It was a monumental addition to Gillinor, but honestly, it was just the start. So throughout 2026, we have multiple sailing-focused updates to bring you even more to discover out on sea.
I just can't get over how much you look like the digital version of yourself.
Well, they did a good job. Thank you,
It's
video
big
team.
double. Right, sailing even has its very own roadmap, and it's looking so good. But we do want to point out that the roadmap's changed a little bit since we recorded that video, and we can show you the updated roadmap now. This has largely been driven by feedback, and we know combat's been something that has had lots of feedback for us to address, and hence we've swapped some things around here. You can see boat combat fixes are now in spring. The Red Reef quest we've moved to the summer, so we can focus just on those combat fixes. And the sea expansion listed in winter may come slightly later than that, so we've changed this to say beyond, and we'll give you more information as we're more confident on when exactly that will be. But we've got more quests, a new Barracuda trial, a much requested update to fix the combat's part of the skill, and we're expanding the very sea itself.
We are. Plus, there is the player-designed island, and we're going to be showing you the finalists later. And I'm telling you now, picking is going to be hard. They're all so good, and you get to decide by voting on them.
And as always, I will take a moment to just stress that the roadmap we've shared isn't final. We'll be confirming everything along the way with you all. Feedback will mean sometimes we have to make changes to things, as well as dates.
Yeah, and if you have questions, I'm sure there are many that are flowing through in the chat in between all of the exclamation mark giveaway and exclamation mark something else that you're trying to get more information on. But save them for a few moments. The devs will be joining us in just a little bit, but we do have one last big reveal to go over tonight. Are
and
you ready?
you keep saying things in the chat.
What
You
did
really
they say?
do.
What could it be?
Alright, let's go.
Trusted allies. The balance of the world is fracturing. Lucien's machinations threaten the world in ways even he could not have imagined. And despite every sacrifice, every loss, we must yet redouble our efforts. Guardians of Armadillo, it was never my desire to ask this of you. White Knights of Falador, we must put aside our differences once again. Adventurer, I ask that you bring your force to bear. We must continue to risk everything to stop the forces of destruction. It was never meant to open Guthix's archive. The final resting place for objects of untold power stands exposed before us. A battle rages on between numerous factions. We will not be welcome. War cannot be allowed to rage on the surface, or we will never know peace. Chaos must be contained, or the world will burn with its will. A lust for power shall not be satiated, or everything will be lost. We are the only ones standing in the way of an endless war. The power in the archive may aid us if we are strong enough. The balance must hold, no matter the cost.
Holy Pog Champion, what a reveal to end on. Our 4th raid is finally on its way, and we're going to be talking to Mods Arcane and Ed in a few minutes to find out more. But before then, let's have a quick look at Old School's roadmap for this year, because there are some things that we've not talked about in there. Right, look at that. And alongside this, we have a new command for you, and that is ! Roadmap.
You'll also see there are 2 releases on the roadmap that we have not spoke about today. We'll be doing another sweep up this year, following the huge success of the summer sweep up in 2025. So expect a bunch of blogs going into detail on a whole host of changes you'll get the chance to vote on. We're talking skilling, PVM and combat systems, world/UX polish, and much, much more.
Yeah, and in addition to that, you may also remember that when we first announced Gridmaster last year, we spoke about the bingo system being designed with a life beyond that event in mind, and we're excited to announce that Old School RuneScape will have a bingo community feature coming this autumn, if it passes a poll, of course.
Yeah, so good. I think I can't stress how important things like sweep up are.
Yep.
To Old School as a whole. You know, we've always done quality of life polls, but since we've started doing these sweep ups the last couple of years, they make genuinely quite a big difference to making sure we're looking after the game, ready for the future, as well as adding all these exciting new bits and pieces as well.
Yeah, huge amount of info to be shared in there. And remember, folks, if you've not been able to catch up on everything, stay on top of it whilst we've been talking through, then just head to the Old School RuneScape website. There is a whole bunch of blogs that the community team have been working tirelessly to get uploaded and live ready for right now. They'll all be on there. Go and have a look at them, take a read through them. Maybe just wait until after the stream, though, because we are going to now have a lovely chat with Mods Ed and Mods Arcane. I don't know if I call you Mods Arcane. Mod Ed, Mod Arcane. Welcome both to the stream. How are you both doing today?
I'm doing great. I feel really nervous and excited, and I really want to read Twitch chat right now.
Well, you can't. Sorry, we can't.
There was so much anticipation for this video to finally go.
Yeah, they were saying, "Oh God, that's Mod Arcane. Who invited this guy?" No, they love you, really. No, there's so much to dive into. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk raids. We want to have initially a little bit of a lowdown. So what can you say about how it feels to finally being able to talk about the Fractured Archive?
It feels great. We've been thinking about this raid for almost like 3 years now, right? Obviously, back at TOA, we're thinking like, what's next? And as much as we're all kind of exhausted at the end of that, we're like, we've got to start preparing, right? And thinking about what would be working, what would work really well, so we can start like moving towards that direction. And there actually has been some hints in the game, like post Wild Gothic Sleeps, like kind of alluding to this for the people that maybe have been a bit more keen eye. But yeah, it feels great to be able to talk about this and start comms about like rewards and things like that going forward.
Have we seen anyone see those hints at all? Or comment on
I've seen it on the wiki, so people definitely do know.
Of course, the wiki.
The wiki knows everything.
They're always watching.
How about you, Ed?
Yeah, it's. I think it's just really exciting to be working on. I think I don't really know how to sort of like word it. It's sort of like. I feel like this maybe isn't what people are expecting, but I think hopefully in a good way. Like, it's a really nice surprise that we're doing a raid with this sort of style, this sort of thematics. Like, when you look at like the last couple of raids, it's sort of like you could kind of guess we were going to go to the desert. Like, oh, this desert raid, that was sort of a given. Like, vampire raid, okay, yeah, sure, that made sense. But this is sort of like it was sort of a bit of maybe one that people maybe weren't expecting, but I think hopefully still really exciting. It's really nice to be able to really surprise people with this one, and it's some really, really awesome thematics that we get to play with here.
I mean, the video was so good. Like that really helps to sell it. Obviously, we can't go into like giving absolutely everything away, but can you walk us through any of the learnings that we've taken from the previous raids and how they're informing the design for this one, Arcane?
So there's two big ones in my mind. One is we're kind of like cutting out a lot of the chaff. Like we're trying to like have like a bit of a lean, like focused experience, and that's kind of the big part that we've seen over the past 3 raids, is that the thing that people like the most is the bosses, is a reality, right? So TOB obviously didn't have like any skilling content or anything like that, and that seems to be the format that kind of resonates the most. As much as it might not necessarily be everyone's favorite raid, it's definitely the one that stands out the most when people do have a favorite raid. So we kind of want to lean into that a lot more. So this raid is going to be like a more of a lean, focused bossing experience. No skilling, no puzzle rooms or anything like that. No invocation system. As much as there was like pros to that, there's obviously cons as well, and we just want to focus on having really good, like epic bosses.
Yeah. It's always really hard to get difficulty comparisons, right? Because like there's so many different vectors that you can consider difficulty. But how would you start to describe where this raid is going to be positioned, like compared to the existing raids we already have?
So because it's obviously releasing in like this year kind of deal, is that the stats and things will be kind of like brought up to match what the current power level of the game is. Obviously the game, we keep adding more items and things like that. We kind of need the monsters to kind of represent that as well, otherwise it starts to get a bit wonky. So naturally the stats will just be higher, right? But mechanically, generally we're trying to push different avenues, make things feel different and exciting, and try and push our players a little bit more. And this raid's definitely trying to push in that direction and be kind of like the hardest raid of the kind of the set, so to speak.
Oh, the hardest raid of the set.
Yeah, you might not be able to do it, Ayiza.
Can't even do tub.
Excuse me? Hold on, why am I suddenly copping flame?
Someone has to be.
I mean, I might not have done a lot, but I've got like, I don't know, 60, 70 top completions.
You just like outed yourself on stream with that.
That's okay. I mean, 60, 70 is better than none.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You know?
Keep sitting here in silence and let you just
my
keep
little-
taking all of these and not reveal like,
Digging
how many
your
times
hole.
I've completed top or anything like that.
All right. Does anyone want to raid with me? I can show you that I'm capable. I just don't have a blowpipe.
Yeah, 100k C-Rex, sorry.
All right. Anyway, how did you settle on the theming for this raid? A Gothixian archive seems quite a far away kind of like setting versus the other raids that we've done.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I was saying earlier. Like, we wanted to do something that wasn't immediately obvious, but was still really exciting. Like, we've just obviously seen people say, oh, maybe there's going to be a sailing raid next, that sort of thing. Don't get me wrong. Watch this space. I'd love to do a sailing raid. Maybe in 3 or 4 years' time we'll be back here talking about the sailing raid. But given we only launched it a few months ago, I think it was maybe a bit too soon to start thinking about that sort of thing. And this was a really good opportunity to do something unique. I think what's really nice about all our raids, they are all unique in some way, and that includes like the thematics of them. And to be able to do stuff with Guthix, we've not really done too much with him, but despite how important he is, and to be able to take advantage of, we sort of alluded to this earlier, but tying it to while Guthix sleeps. So I guess on that note, what I can confirm is that while Guthix sleeps will be a requirement for this raid. It directly follows on from what happened in While Guthix Sleeps, and as the trailer sort of alluded to, it actually takes place back down in that cavern again. Lucian has, I should say, spoilers for anyone who's not played While Guthix Sleeps, but
no one dies, right?
Gonna spoil some things from While Guthix Sleeps. Lucian has obviously claimed the Stone of Jas from the caves deep below Lumbridge, and he's got his grand prize, but there might have been a few other things that Guthix left stored down there, deep and theoretically safe below the earth, but now Lucian has uncorked the bottle, really, by sort of exposing this archive, and as we saw in that trailer, there's now a lot of different factions quite interested in getting their hands on what we're going to find there. And it means we can do something that we've kind of not really done before with the other raids. With the other raids, it's kind of all been like new bosses, new creatures, that sort of thing. But with this one, we've got a really fun mixture of like characters you've seen before in Old School, characters who you haven't seen in Old School but might know from RuneScape history, and some brand new ones as well. And that's both characters who are helping you, but also with the enemies you'll be encountering as well. But to say any more would be a spoiler, but I think it's going to be... That's going to be...
Just getting into it.
It's going to be really fun. This is our first raid where you're going to like walk in and there's going to be some of the bosses. You're like, oh, I know who that is, and that's that's really quite exciting.
I mean, it's so hard knowing so many of the details and seeing so many of the prototypes we've already got going. It's so exciting, but we can't possibly go too much into detail about it. Obviously, you mentioned while Catholic Sleep's requirement. While Catholic Sleep's part of the Margaret story. How does this raid really tie into everything else we're doing there?
Yeah, so I imagine there's probably a few people, such as Ayiza, already getting absolutely terrified that hardest raid yet. We sort of maybe sort of trying to say.
I'm not terrified, by the way. I'm actually very excited.
So to make things very clear, no, don't worry. You're not going to have to complete this raid to be able to keep continuing the Margaret storyline. This is, I guess. It's a spin-off of the Margaret storyline. It's sort of like it's a really fun way to sort of tie up that loose end of that archive and do some things with some characters who otherwise we maybe wouldn't have been able to do anything with. So it's not a direct continuation of the Margaret storyline. But as always with stuff like this, there might be a few little crossovers here and there and a few things to keep an eye on that might hint as to where the Margaret will be going in the future.
Okay. Now at the expense of potentially copping more flame from you, Arcane. Raids. Raids mean rewards. What do you want to say about rewards this early on, if anything?
It's going to be really hard, if I'm going to be honest. Like, we've started exploring the space quite a lot in terms of, like, what's the new mega rare? What's the new armor set? Like, things like this that we think players kind of expect with every raid. Everyone expects another mega rare. Mm-hmm. And just trying to figure out what are the options? Like, the shadow from TOA was just obvious. It kind of just wrote itself, as much as there was a bit of a back and forth on that as well. The space was obvious. The space is less obvious here, and we're definitely going to be taking the journey with the players to figure out what this looks like and figure out where people's feelings really lie. There's a lot of, like, weird, tenuous things of, like, can a mega rare ever be something that's not a weapon? Like, maybe that's just a hard rule that all the players are like, no. And I think that's probably quite likely, to be honest. But there's a lot of things like that avenue that we kind of need to communicate and just get the ball rolling. Mm-hmm. So we don't really have any, like, really strong ideas right now in terms of, like, this concept is great, the players are going to love it, because it's a lot of question marks. But we have explored the space and thought of things like, what would, like, a heavy ranged mega rare look like? Can we think of something that would be really cool there? And, like, where would players use it? Etc., etc. So there's a lot of ideas. We've already started some things, some NDA player groups and things like that, just figuring out, like, what do people think, and then we're going to expose that wider and have wider and wider conversations on those topics.
Amazing. All right, I really look forward to that. So lots of consultation to come on those rewards.
Yep.
Yeah. So I guess then it's worth pointing out, actually, obviously it's the summit. We normally do a poll at the end of the summit. You will be able to get to vote on whether or not we should add Raids 4 to the game, but we will caveat that with that the rewards will be polled at a later date. We want to make sure we take the time to talk through those with you all, make sure that you're really happy with what it is that we have on offer, and that it just makes sense to be coming from the content. So lots of interesting and exciting conversations to come, no doubt, and I'm sure Mod Goblin is going to have fun working on that with you.
The rewards are always the fun bit. They really are. They're the most challenging.
Yeah.
None of us are worried about raids passing the poll.
I mean, if it fails, actually, I shouldn't say this because I don't want to present a challenge to you guys. Like, that would be devastating. But hey ho, maybe you really don't want a new raid. I don't think anyone's really that anticipating it. No one cares, do they? No.
Not seen a single Twitch chat.
No one's mentioned it once. Anyway, thank you so much both for joining us. I do really appreciate you taking time out of your day to be here. But let's move on to another much anticipated game mode, which is League 6. So if you wouldn't mind, please depart the set, leave Winter Wonderland, and we shall welcome on...
Get out of here.
Here they come. Hello, Mods, Halo, and Sarni. Welcome to the live stream.
Doing amazing. Yeah, very good. Very hyped now. We can talk about leagues.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Imagine getting to talk about raids and leagues all at the same time.
I know, back-to-back bangers. Like, I'm blown away with what the team managed to cook up every single time when leagues comes around, and there is absolutely no exception to this one, like none at all.
Absolutely. What a heat of a trailer as well.
I know, right? How are you both feeling after that?
Oh my god, it gave me goosebumps every time I watch it. Even though I've seen it a few times, but every time it just gets better.
Nice.
And the trailer's just the starting point. It's got all the things to come, and there's so much goodness that I can't wait to just like get into players' hands. They're going to be so good.
Mod Sani, you continue to pretend mortals can handle my power. I see.
Big Daddy Yama vibes, my god. Okay.
I
got chills.
Right,
Okay.
We've had Uwu's, Big Daddy Yama. What's next? Oh, me Copping Flame.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the summit without it, though.
I mean, Yama, I can't believe he has been here, to be fair. Let's get this one out of the way first. Is sailing going to be a part of this league?
So sailing won't be a part of this league. We think, it'd be pretty cool if, people who normally just play leagues get a chance to do sailing. They could have done it, if they hadn't got there in the main game. But we think it's quite crucial that players experience sailing as we kind of intended it. I think that's kind of what we went in with. Kind of similar to how maybe Deadman did it as well.
Yeah, like for me personally, I always think like with a new skill, and if we ever do another skill in the future, I think the same rules should apply. Really, that they shouldn't be part of any hyper accelerated game modes that come out in the period of time after the skill. Because I think it's just fair that people get to experience it properly in the intended way
especially
in the main
before we start to like cook up cool relics and ideas when there's still some stuff that's coming out for sailing as well. Like, we want to give it time to breathe.
It's only been 2 months by this point, like a bit more over 2 months, and by the point it comes out, it'll be 6 to 7 months. So it's still not even been a year since. So it's probably good to let that breathe a little bit,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it makes total sense. I've been gauging the reaction from chat, and I think that there's more W's to that news than there are L's, which is actually really nice to see. Because I'll be honest, we were a little bit worried about having to announce that it wouldn't be included, never knowing just exactly how it would go down. But we think that it's for the right decisions. We're not going to be reverting our decision on that one. So yeah,
for the right decisions.
For the right reasons. Okay, second time now. All right, that's it. I'm going to be so ready for the next time you slip up. Anyway. We mentioned some talk of the rewards earlier in the showcase, but I would love to talk through some of them with you both. So we have here, this is the Yama's Throne, I believe, for the player in house.
Yes, it is. So cool.
It is. You couldn't have a league, a Yama-themed league, without his iconic seat,
throne,
Yeah.
Okay, but how did you manage to just like nab it from him, though?
I don't think we nabbed it. It's more like a really nice replica, I would say. I don't think Yama would give it away like
counterfeit throne.
Yeah. Just don't look at the bottom of it,
Right.
You might notice it's a bit smaller than his actual
calling up
throne.
Del Boy.
Yeah.
Definitely a replica.
I mean, all these deals come with a,
with a price. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What's the warranty on it?
We can't say. We can't say. You have to find out.
No, ask Yama. Yeah.
What else we got?
I love this.
The outfit.
Yeah.
You're giving yourself to Yama, right? So what's more fitting than like basically stripping away your humanity and becoming part of his little collective,
demonic. Yeah, God, look at that face on the last one.
It is really cool. And here there are ornament kits for a variety of different items. We've got the Trident of the Seas, Trident of the Swamp, Ivan's Staff, Soul Reaper Axe, even like new visual effects for Ivan's Blast and the Trident spell. Now that I have not seen that before, and I should have, because I've reviewed all of the blog copy.
I'm surprised, yeah.
But I must have just skimmed straight past it. That looks sick.
Oh, nice.
I spoke to Jerv, and she said she wanted to like keep the stuff vibe and quite iconic, but change the effect more so, which was really cool.
The Slayer helm recolors. Oh, they're so good.
We had to, right? We had to. The only other thing that's iconic with Yama, apart from his things,
Oath plate, of course. Yeah. Amazing colour scheme.
This is my favourite, though.
Oh, the butler.
It's time he gets a bit, jazzed up. You've been sending him all these 200 mil construction grinds for however long. He needs some.
He must be rich.
He needs to dab up. He needs to dab up.
Like, I want to find out how much money that guy's made across all the players.
God.
This is probably
The
my
home
favourite,
teleport
honestly.
is so cool. The little imps.
Yeah, and Jerv originally had bigger imps, but she was like, nah,
we
we
did
need to
have
make them
loads more
tiny
imps,
little
didn't we?
minions. They're just going to look so cool.
The
And look,
thralls.
even more minions.
Oh, the thralls are my favourite. I
Oh
think.
my, that is actually
The little
cool.
beard on the melee. Oh.
So devilish, so devious. And of course,
the red skin.
red skin. We've got to bring it.
Got to become
finally.
the
We know-
demon.
yeah, everyone's been asking for it for ages, so why not? It's the most fitting place for it, I think, in this league.
It is.
And the banner, of course.
That
Very
does
Yama-themed.
look quite good.
He has opinions.
He has
They
opinions.
look quite good. Do you know what? I've just had a moment of realization. I don't know if anyone probably noticed me just blanking out, but I've played every league and I've not spent any of my league points on rewards.
What?
You could
You've
go
probably
on.
got so many points right now.
It just clicked. I was just thinking to myself, I need to make sure that I play all the way through to get enough to buy all of these on this one, because that's like been the most compelling reward set ever. And then I just thought, I was like, Wait, when did I last? I've never bought it.
You've probably got enough already.
Yeah,
You're probably stacked up, mate.
You can go and splash the points now. You can go do the most crazy shopping spree.
All right.
He's already going to be merching up all the League 6 stuff.
Ball in.
The reward is genuinely, how amazing.
They are really sick. I mean, if the experience of playing leagues enough wasn't like already enticing enough, surely getting those rewards is going to be what tips you over the edge.
Yeah, so rewards aside, what about the boss variants? So they were very popular last league. Can you talk to me about what players can expect from boss variants this league?
Yes, so obviously last league we had Echo bosses, which were really cool and just gave a nice spin on classic bosses, They will be coming back, and you will expect to see them in a roster that is very similar to what you expected last leagues.
Yeah, we will also be probably looking at their weapons that they drop to try and change that up a bit. I know that was a big sort of design point of view for Raging Echoes was, okay, add these Echo bosses, they drop things that make areas stand out. So like Fremenic got like the awesome necklace and the ring that was awesome, made people pick that over the league before. Giving Wilderness the Thunder Kopesh, which was, maybe we'll replace it this time, but maybe we'll have something even more busted than that. Like,
don't tell him that though.
Is there going to be anything brand new?
Yeah, there will be. Yeah.
Do we get to?
No teasers, I'm afraid.
Half the fun of leagues, right? Is the reveals coming up. The leagues Discord's already popping off, so.
Yeah. Well, there is something that I'm going to need to ask you about. But before that, I just want to say something actually, because I've seen it a few times in the chat, and people were like, "Oh, I really hope that Yammer voice isn't AI." And I can assure you, in old school, I'm not going to we're not here to make a big statement on it, but we don't and we won't use AI in our development process. The voice is actually voiced over by a very famous person that actually was involved in Baldur's Gate 3. I don't want to say too much because I'm not sure how much I'm actually allowed to say, to be completely honest.
They might speak on it at some point in the next couple of weeks. Who knows?
Potentially. So just, wait and see. But no, they are all done by real people. And I want to ask around combat masteries. So we've mentioned before that they're going to be returning, but it looks like League 6, things are going to be a little bit different.
Yes, so we've basically really lent into the combat masteries this league, the big mechanic being demonic pacts. That's what the league's named after. And we're really leaning into it, more choice, less linear choices as well. We really hope this brings a nice sort of in-between of the skill tree stuff and then also making creative builds like we saw, I don't know if it was last league or the league before, like the Bulwark build. We're hoping this sort of system provides so much creativity to our players to make those cool little builds that we haven't seen before, and it really changes up combat this time. I think
we're going to see a crazy amount of theory crafting coming from what we've done.
Was that your idea, Mod Halo? Quaint.
Quaint indeed.
Oh my god.
Wait, calm down, you. After your comment.
Even more chills, mate. But yeah, it's going to be crazy. I'm very excited. It's the best part about leagues, aside from playing it and the rewards, of course, is this big period where we get to just push out teasers and reveals. And
I want to show it off so bad.
It's so
yeah,
you've seen it.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait to just show you all everything we've got in store.
Now, I am going to be a bit cheeky, but are there any other surprises you can give us a little peek at?
Mortals.
Yeah.
He's got a lot to say.
He has. He's a big yapper. I'm surprised.
Yammer the yapper.
As for little teasers, I think we might have mentioned it in the blog, but we're not starting in Misthalin.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
So yeah, it's region locked, but not.
Yes.
Not someone's going to be busy making a new guide because for everyone that has been following the same guide for the last 3 years.
And we're not quite ready to. Well, Yammer's not quite ready to tell us yet where he's placing you. So.
Little tease. Relics will be coming back, right?
Yes, they will. New and refreshed. There will be some fan favorites that might come back that you've not seen in a while. We'll have to see. But yeah, as Sani said, the reveals will be coming, and we'll show you all.
We've been cooking.
Exciting stuff.
Very exciting stuff. I mean, he's even infiltrating the stream overall for us. So yeah, hopefully the video team have gotten him to chill out as we head into the next Q&A. Thank you so much.
Soon, mortals.
Well, on that note,
we better get out.
Halo, Sonic, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Please
guys.
leave our winter wonderland, and we will see you soon in the future.
Thank you, guys.
Really makes you wonder. He's still going. Kieren, hold me. It does make you wonder though, where else Yama is going to show up next. Maybe he will be in Mod Rice's grandparents' room. If you've not seen it, go and watch the video because that was a great video. Anyway, we are now joined by Solo Mission and Mod Manked to talk about Deadman Annihilation and Deadman Allstars 3 live. Hello both, how are you doing today?
Tired.
Yeah?
After Deadman Factions. I think it's gone well. So.
Yeah. It went fantastic, I think. Yeah, you guys absolutely nailed it. And obviously, you know, everyone put on a fantastic show for the event, but the commentary was impeccable. I had to sit in the room just to be able to listen because I had major FOMO. But yeah, everyone seems to have really enjoyed it. Did you have fun?
Oh, it's really fun. Yeah. It's so nice being able to actually see people playing for once, rather than be... When you play, you don't get to see all the perspectives, so really good.
And which team did you expect to win originally?
I thought Armadillo would win, and I'm actually almost happy they didn't because all the competitors thought that was the best team. So, like from like a balancing perspective, because I balanced the teams, I was like, I'm hoping like the best team doesn't win. So
nice.
It was nice.
So earlier we watched the awesome video trailer put together by yourself, Solo Mission. Ooh, my script rotated. It's gone. But
it's so
unlucky.
Oh, unlucky.
Kieren.
But how was the experience working on it?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's a lot of thought goes into all the different changes. Like I read basically every single comment there's ever been about All Stars, and it helps fuel the ideas about what to do in the upcoming season. So, talked to the competitors as well. Got some feedback on some of the ideas that we're doing this season, and yeah, I think it's going to be good.
It must all feel quite surreal that we're going to Chicago and hosting it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Such a live audience.
I mean, realistically, it's been 2 years from me just chatting to Ayiza at dinner to like a live audience in Chicago. Like it's the scale of that. It's like, I don't know, just playing on stage, like they're going to be able to hear the crowd, like all this stuff, like the extra nerves. Like it just takes it to another level. It's going to be so good.
I genuinely cannot wait.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I really miss the old Deadmans that we used to do in person, and that, you know, they were so small scale in comparison to this. You know, we're talking like 100 people that we used to have in the audience, and even that felt pretty wild. So 4,000 is just going to be crazy. But Mac, how are you feeling as we head into a brand new Deadman and one that is quite vastly different from previous?
Yeah, good. Been developing it for a while now, and I feel like I've pushed it, you know, more casual friendly. I know last year, I think we talked about it and I said, it's more casual friendly. And I don't think it was quite as casual friendly as, you know, I wanted it to be. So now it is more, it's still, you know, PvP dominated, but there's a bit for everyone. And I think it's going to be the best event that we've had so far.
It's just a few days away.
Yeah, 5 days.
5
Crazy.
days.
Just kind of surreal. I mean, Solo Mission, what do you think about the new Deadman and the features and changes we've made?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I mean, I've got to try out some of them on the Factions world. I was a little playtester for that. So, yeah, I really like the fact that sigils have moved to a point system because it just means that everything you do, you're progressing. Like when you kill a boss, when you get any single level, you get points for that. And the fact that you can have so many sigils on at once, you'll actually be pretty powerful compared to previous Deathmans. So I really like the sigil change. The loot chests as well are like, that's going to be so good. Like the fact that you have to stay there for a while, then like your friends can come and help you, and then there's going to be, it's like a little flashpoint. There's extra bits of PvP content. I think that'll be really cool.
So, Man, can you tell us a little bit more about what was the decision-making process to actually include in these kind of changes into Deadman? Obviously, I imagine mostly to help it being more casual friendly, but there are some things there like the Deadman chest. You know, where did that come from?
Yeah, I mean, to start off, we have rewards for the main game. So if we want rewards for the main game, you need it to be appealing for the people that will play it, which will be a wider player base. So for things like the bank key changes, in the past it's been very punishing, and typically newer players are the ones that kind of get punished the most from it because they don't really know what they're doing. They don't know how to protect the items in the bank. They might not know about the deposit box.
Sure.
So it just didn't, in theory it was a really cool concept, but in reality it didn't work too well. You know, you'd sit at the Grand Exchange, you'd sell loads of items, and you'd have to think about what you want to buy, and it was just complex. So you weren't actually playing Deadman, you were just standing at the G not playing. And it's the same for the sigil changes. Now, because you can have permanent sigils, you don't have to think, which sigil do I need to go out there? You can just have a lot, like 80% of the sigils are just permanent to your character. So like Solar Mission said, you're a lot stronger, but then also if you're, for example, skilling or PVMing, you can have PvP sigils enabled as well. So it just puts everyone on a much fairer playing field, which we haven't really had in the past.
And in reality, if you've never played before, this is the best one to start with.
Yeah, I think the blog can be a little bit off-putting because there's so many changes, but I think in reality, just log in and it should be a much simpler experience for people.
Just totally just jump in, get involved.
Yeah, I think that was a really good point to make, and I mentioned it earlier on when we were covering the Deadman section as well. ! DMM if you want to see the blog for Deadman Annihilation and all the changes that are with that, for what it's worth. There's also a video. If you don't want to read through it all, please give the video a watch. It will give you at least the top level info on what you need to know. But Mank made a really good point. That blog, imagine that is like, it's the dictionary of everything for Deadman. When you get a flat pack furniture and it's 50 pages long and you think, oh my god, this is terrible, but when you just start getting on with it and you get it done, it does eventually all click and you figure it out. Just jump into Deadman. Don't even care about reading the blog if you don't want to. Don't let that information overwhelm you. Just jump in and have fun. The designers, the developers have genuinely done such a good job on putting together interfaces that will make sense when you're in there. And there's a Deadman school that you can use that is in your inventory that should give you a load of information as well. So yeah, it looks like a lot, but also if you jumped into old school RuneScape for the first time, the whole game's got a lot to it. So don't let it overwhelm you. Don't let it put you off. Just go in and have a little bit of fun.
But we've got a whole new twist to the finale as well, splitting players randomly into 2 factions. I mean, where did that idea come from, and what effect do you think it's going to have, Manx?
I don't know where it came from, to be honest. I think it was just typically we see like a dominant clan take over another one, or several clans have to merge in order to play, and then solo players can't really experience anything because they just get dominated by 50 people. So because we're going for a more casual, fun approach, thought, well, let's have a more fun, casual ending. So yeah, if you're playing and you're solo and you don't have anyone to play with, you literally just get split into a team and you can't choose which team that is, and you can have allies and friends without having to necessarily go out and talk to people. So yeah, it should benefit everyone involved, hopefully.
Yeah, how do you think you're going to find it, Solo?
I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool that you get placed on a team. It's almost like Castle Wars in a sense. You're Sarah or Zavi, so like you're running into battle and you actually have people to run in with. So like it gives an incentive to actually log in and play the finale, because like you said, a lot of people, if they're solo, they think they have no chance really. But in this format, at least you're running in with a big squad of people into like the mosh pit. So I think it's a really
it's
cool.
It's going to be an absolute mosh pit, really.
It really is.
Yeah, it will be.
It will. Are you going to be trying to compete for rank 1 in Deadman Annihilation?
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I've got some different ideas. I might play a bit differently this time, but I'm not decided. I know it's 5 days away, and like
I don't know how I feel about that one, to be honest. Now it's like
what do you mean?
Yeah, there's always that lovely like moment of like I'm rank 1 in Deadman, and then 10 minutes later someone else has put a video up of I'm rank 1 in Deadman.
Well, I'm sure there'll be some of that still going on, but yeah, I'm working through what I'm actually going to be doing in Deadman. But like I'll definitely make 4 accounts for the finale again. I really I love the finale. It's so fun. Even
are you going to compete in each of the different brackets?
Yeah. Like, so last year I made 5 different accounts and actually got pretty far without a team in like a few of the worlds. So it's definitely possible as a solo player.
Amazing. Well, I can't wait to see the carnage unfold. I'm genuinely so excited. Deadman is one of my favourite times of the year because it just brings so much content. There's always so much to watch, and everyone's absolutely nerding it out. It makes me feel way less worse about like never sleeping and staying up gaming all the time. So yeah, nice bit of familiarity there. But it doesn't just end there. Obviously, we've got Deadman Allstars as well, live in Chicago, a huge new event for us. And like honestly, Solar Mission, you're the brains behind this whole event. Yeah. So is there is there anything that you want to tell us so far about Deadman Allstars Live?
Yeah, so what, into the finale specifically?
Anything in general.
Well, in Deadman Allstars, I think it's going to be a lot more. I mean, I think it's already good to watch, but the missions especially is what I'm excited for in Season 3. So that's going to be, first team to go and kill a boss. But that boss could be something that's not normally seen in Deadman or Deadman Allstars. So say, first team to kill Nex, like it gives value to your PVMers. It creates that hotspot in like a different area of the world. I'm really, really looking forward to that. And I'm open to ideas, actually. If you guys have an interesting mission
then let me know in the comments of the YouTube video, because there's a few months left, and I know we have some dev time to potentially do stuff on top of what's already in the game. So I'm looking at you. So
Yeah.
looking at you.
Of course, yeah, it'd be good, yeah.
Yeah, so there's some really cool stuff we do. Obviously, I can't say because I don't want all the contestants to know exactly what the missions are going to be. But yeah, really looking forward to that element of it, and just rebalancing things and just having it run smoothly this year.
Nice. Is there going to be a mission that they have to do solo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's the solo mission.
Yeah, it is. I have to stop my mark on it.
Yeah.
But, I'm also excited to just watch for once, because you always hear it, oh, Devon also it's so good to watch solo. Like, I love watching it. I'm like, I never get to watch it. Like, I get to see my team's perspective.
You're just
but, like,
stressed.
Yeah, well, yeah. But actually, we're going to do a spectator stream. So me, Pure Spam, EVscape, and some others as well will be invited on. Just following all the teams, like we had today in factions, just going around, and there's just so much action. I think people will really enjoy watching that, because it's all the near misses of things that don't quite happen, or like they're going to be there. Like, you can see situations brewing, and so I'm really looking forward to watch it. Be in the audience with everyone else.
There's going to be so much pressure from the noise of the crowd. That's going to change the dynamics a little bit, right? Like, who do you think is going to deal with that well or badly?
I think it's difficult, because some of the people in the cast have played on stage before, so like Boaty, Skill Specs from like a long time ago, like PvP All Stars. But even then, that was on a tiny scale compared to, like you said, like I remember getting on stage at Runefest and looking out and be like, oh wow, there's so many people out there. It's like a daunting experience. So yeah, I think the finale this time is going to be a lot about who can hold their nerve, and yeah, Shakers unnerved. So
yeah,
good job on the plane.
Shakers unnerved.
Yeah,
that was brilliant.
So good. I believe you'll also be sharing an explainer video come around the May time to make sure everyone's up to speed.
Yeah, so that'll be the usual schedule. Like, we'll have the draft that comes out like a week or so before the actual competition week, and all the actual full changes ironed out and posted just before that, because we want to see how Deadman Annihilation goes. I just want to take the best bits and put them in All Stars, so that's the plan.
Brilliant.
Awesome. Well, as well as all of that, we'll be keeping you up to date with ticket information, as and when we are able to. But a reminder from earlier, we're going to have over 4,000 tickets available, and they'll be releasing next month. There'll be the 24-hour pre-sale for active players only on February the 20th, and then general release on February the 21st. Now, if you are just wondering, you didn't hear me earlier, you're panicking, what does active player mean? Well, active player, you just need to be able to open the launcher on your computer. As long as you can open that up and it loads, you'll be able to see the code. If for whatever reason you can't get the launcher on your machine, then just make sure that in your account settings you're opted into email marketing communications, and you'll get the code that way. We just wanted to make sure that if we had the opportunity, we thought it would be nice to be able to say, those of you that are paying attention, that are staying close to it, that are following it, will be able to have the first dibs on those tickets. And if you don't and you see them come up afterwards, there's your opportunity to grab them. But 20th of Feb is when they'll be going live for the pre-sale. Yeah, super excited for it. Absolutely hyped. I cannot wait.
Like, it's going to be amazing getting to meet players we've never been able to meet before at Runefest and stuff as well, because it's always been in the UK. So having such a big event in a different country, that's incredible, isn't it?
Absolutely. Do you know what else is incredible? Free stuff.
Oh, I love free stuff.
Who doesn't like free things? So we're just going to quickly say farewell for now to Solo Mission and Mod Manked. Thank you so much both for joining us. Thank you as well for your fantastic work during Deadman Factions casting.
Competition already.
We'll see you guys later. All right. So the winner of the previous giveaway is Birds Not Ria 1. I think it's meant to see Birds Not Real. Very creative
Birds
name.
Not Real?
Yeah. And that is for the deluxe vinyl box set. So yeah, big congratulations to Birds Not Ria 1. Make sure that you've got DMs open and available so that the team can contact you in order to be able to send that out. And I believe we're now ready to run our third giveaway, which is for a second Lumbridge Castle mini brick set from YouChoose. So if you missed out on the first giveaway, then you know the drill by now. You can use !giveaway to head to our official Discord server and enter. All you need to do Seen all the spam already. All you need to do is go to the Discord server, react to the giveaway bot to be in with a chance to win, and make sure your DMs are open. And look, if you don't want to try your luck in this giveaway, the set is available to pre-order now, and you can use !castle to head to the YouTube's website and get your order in. All right, let's move on as our next guests have arrived. I see them patiently waiting to join us over in this One to Wonderland. Also, what a fantastic set that we've got here. The team have done incredible. What do you guys think at home? I can see you on the chat here, so let me know. Do you think it looks good? I think it looks great.
My favourite bit is Bob the cat just hiding in there.
Did anyone spot Bob the cat?
Well, they have now.
Yeah.
Now that I've shouted it out.
Okay.
Well, welcome to the stream,
for having us.
Ed and Rice. How you both doing?
Good, yeah, good.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh well.
There was so much energy.
Okay. There's
more
like,
energy, more passion.
There's piles
energy.
of food outside. I've eaten about 4,000 calories in the past 2 hours. I'm in a little bit of a coma. You'll forgive me if I'm low energy.
Right, but maybe it's because you didn't name him as Count Rice.
How was that experience?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but I actually have a grandma whose cousin, whose dad is a 1,000-year-old Transylvanian vampire, so it runs in the family and it just gets out every now and then.
I didn't know that.
A lot of people don't.
No.
The family tree goes deep.
Surprising that not many people know that, but that is good information to know now. I'll keep it in mind. You are definitely looking a little less pallid than we last saw you, so maybe all those calories have just, satiated your thirst for blood.
All right, before we waste all the time talking about Count Rice, Ed, how does it feel? Blood Moon Rises, we're finally bringing it to life.
It's finally happening. Like, for me, how long has this been? Like, Taste of Hope was where I started working on Myaki content. That would have been, what was that, 2018?
Something like that.
That's a long time ago.
God.
Like, but that's obviously just how long I've been working on it. I mean, this storyline has been around since, I don't even know when. Like, we're talking about 25 years of RuneScape. It's been around for most of it. To finally be bringing that to a conclusion, it's very exciting. Like, this quest I've had pretty much, to be honest, since working on Taste of Hope, had plans for this. I mean, people have been paying attention to not space-barring their dialogue. Like, there's a bit in Sins of a Father where you talk to Venescula, and she talks about this Blood Moon Festival. Like that was no accident. Like, even when writing at Dark, I knew that this was the final quest. I knew what the title was. I knew what the story was. Like, and it's been so long, but we're finally doing it. It's finally happening. It's very exciting.
It is very exciting because, like, Blood Moon Rises, it doesn't just bring a new quest, it brings an entirely new land with it as well. So, Ed, could you tell us a little bit about Vampirium and what makes it feel different from anywhere else that we've explored before?
Yeah, so Vampirium is horrible. It's probably the best way to describe it.
Looking forward to it, to Blood Moon Rises this year.
It's horrible!
It's, obviously, we've done Valamor. We've just done Valamor, like, and the real fun thing about Valamor is we get to meet all these new people, and you get to sort of like see this whole new land and that sort of thing. And yeah, there's some pretty scary stuff. There's some dangers, but it's civilized. You get to explore these new cities and stuff like that. And Vampirium is the complete and utter opposite. It is this horrific wasteland with horrors the likes of which you've never encountered before. And it's really fun to be able to do something completely and utterly the opposite of what we did with Valamor. In fact, a better comparison might be some of the stuff we did with Desert Treasure 2, some of the areas we saw in that quest. But unlike with that quest with Vampirium, like, it's not just an area you'll be visiting during the quest. It is a whole like new area that you get to explore in the quest and then go there after the quest to engage in some exciting but potentially horrifying new pieces of content.
So speaking of some of that, we've got new skilling activities coming to Vampirium with appropriate rewards coming with them as well. What can you tell us about them, Rice?
Well, for skilling activities, I'm really excited. We've got some wood cutting happening, but it's not about chopping trees. It's about collecting sap to make brand new arrows that will make your strikes more accurate than they've ever been. And we've got some new hunter activities that we're looking to blend a little bit of AFK-ness into the hunter skill that's previously been missing, but you'll have to earn it, or you can buy it off the GE. Although you're earning it by game. Anyway, earning it by making money. And we've got some fishing in the form of leechfin fishing, which we're looking to sort of do a little bit of a spin on some of the stuff you saw in the Perilous Moons caves, the river fishing. That'll be coming back in a new and better form. As far as rewards go, we've got a new competitor for special attack weapons. We got the Crimson Bludgeon, filling in the sort of crush gap alongside the Dragon Claws. We've got a brand new best in slot ranged upgrade for you. That's sort of like going to fill out the trifecta or the eventual trifecta that the Rancor started. And am I missing one?
I know, look at me, I'm the lore guy, you're the rewards guy.
And the arrows, we got the arrows, but we already talked about those.
I mean, I would help you here, but you went entirely off script and like answered a question that's like 4 questions down. So we're going to have to just pretend that none of that happened in here, and we're just going to go, we're going to riff off this now.
Okay.
So let's look at Seeker Arrows,
Yes.
right? Their creation process. It seems like there's a bit of an interconnection between skilling and PVM. Was that like an intentional thing that you wanted design-wise when you were looking at Vampirium? Is it something that you want to push further than just Vampirium, or what's your kind of thought process there?
Yeah, I think it's always good when we harken back to like in the mid game when you're progressing through your account. There's like this relationship between quests and skilling and PVM, and you sort of bounce back and forth between them, and it's really, really fun. And that doesn't last forever, but it can last a little longer into the game if we make an effort. And so that is what the Seeker Arrows are meant to do. You kill some monsters, you get some emulsifier, that makes your woodcutting better. Maybe while you're woodcutting you find some maggots and that makes your fishing better. And it's all sort of a web rather than a bunch of isolated activities that exist for you to engage with completely separately.
When do those purple little guys come into it? That's the best bit of the video.
Yeah, I think you'll be crushing those for blood fairly often. So I can't say exactly when you'll see them, but definitely look forward to squeezing them dry.
You chose words today.
There's been a lot of choice words in this stream. I wonder what's going to happen when it ends. Will we be in trouble, do you think?
You sound genuinely worried.
I'm not really that worried. It's fine. I've said far worse, I'm sure. All right, new Slayer creatures as well. We've seen those. Venators. I hope I said that right. Venator. Yeah. Any relation to the Venator bow?
So I believe
this is a little quiz. I just thrown this at you.
Yeah, this is a little quiz for me. Venator, I believe, is an ancient Zerosian word for hunter, and because the vampires used to follow Zaros, they called their hunting beasts, their little doggies, Venator doggies, Venators.
I like Ed as the lore guy, just judging, but he's looking very approving.
Good, that's good.
That's honestly amazing. 10 out of 10. Like, fantastic stuff. This guy...
God, that must feel
This
good.
guy doesn't spacebar.
Yeah.
I read. I've been known to read.
So these Slayer creatures then, lore aside, thank you for that. That was actually really insightful. I genuinely appreciate it. But they're meant to be a new way of gaining blood shards. And that's something that players often ask about. Can you explain how that fits into the ecosystem of Vampirium?
Yeah, there's quite a lot. So the first is people have been complaining that Firewatch Sentinels don't have a task-only alternative. So that is what the Venators will be providing you with, a way to go and do your vampire tasks when you're on task that you won't be bothered by people who aren't. Unless they've been hunting stimfikes. So if you don't want to hunt for a vampire task, you can go and hunt some stimfikes, bring their feathers, and possibly be able to hunt them off task. But again, you'll need to earn it, so the density of people doing it will be a lot lower.
Okay.
It's also a more active way, so it's not just Firewatch Sentinels with higher stats. You've got options, not ones that require you to engage with them in order to not die, but options that you can engage with to go faster. And if you do engage with them, you'll be getting blood shards a lot quicker than you would at Firewatch Sentinels.
Awesome. But we've got one much bigger boy involved in all of this, the Maggot King. Can you tell us more about that beast, Ed?
So, I think this is the ultimate example of the horrible nature of Vampirium. One of the lovely bits of wildlife you'll find on Vampirium are these lovely little fellows called maggots, and they like to just they come along, they find a corpse, like, oh, wonderful. What they'll do is they'll lay their eggs on that corpse, and then some other nice beastie from Vampirium, maybe a Venator, for example, comes along and goes, corpse, food, fantastic, love it. Has a nice bit to eat, eats the eggs as well, and the maggot literally grows inside the whatever it is, the Venator or other beast of Vampirium that has eaten this corpse, until the maggot eventually bursts out of the host, killing them, and then using them as a puppet to wander around, protect themselves until they can reproduce themselves. So it's a really nice circle of life they've got going on there.
It's not a good day out, is it?
And yeah, the Maggot
joking
King
when he said it was horrible.
is one of these maggots that is at the stage where it has it was inside of Venator. It has now burst out, so you have this horrifying like Venator with this maggot sort of like half protruding out of it, and it's still like controlling the body of a Venator and like using it to help it find somewhere to lay its eggs. And you might be a tempting target.
Yes, don't eat the eggs. Don't.
Most of this game feels like this happy, joyous experience. And then every now and then you get reminded that it covers
it's really
everything.
not, yeah.
It's dark. There's a dark side.
The thing I love is that even when we do like the dark grim stuff, like the vampires and all this sort of thing, we still find a way to make it like there is a certain like comedic nature to it. Everything is such like larger than life. It's always sort of like it can't just be dark. It has to be dark, but then there's things like eggs getting laid inside corpses and bursting out of them. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
We love adventuring around Gillinor. That is brilliant. No, obviously, it's clearly a huge moment for the Myaki saga. What are you both most excited for players to react to the first time that they're going to be able to step foot throughout the quest, the lands, whatever it may be?
I can't tell you because it's a spoiler, but
boring.
there is a moment in this quest that I have wanted to make for a very long time, and I still don't know if it's going to be good yet. We're not at that point yet, but like there is a moment in this quest that if it all comes together, and I really hope it does, is going to be something really, really special and something unlike anything we've ever seen in an old school quest before, and I'm really excited to try and make it happen.
Got to deliver now.
I'd say
that is a statement.
The beauty of this is because I've been vague and not spoilerific. That like I can just say later on it was any moment of a quest. If I balls up the big one I was planning to do, and just go, oh, that didn't work.
So
I'll just say, oh, it was just something else. It was it was a completely different
First
bit.
week of release, you're on Reddit on the 2007 Escape subreddit, listed by top last 7 days. Pick one from there. That was it. How about yourself, Royce?
Yeah, for me, this is going to be a much more straightforward answer. I actually am really, really excited for people to see the woodcutting. I think it's really, really fun. I think it might be the first time I've done woodcutting and had fun, which, is a bit tooting my own horn because I made the woodcutting activity, but I think there really is something to it. So for all those people maybe dreading farming up a bunch of new arrows, I think hold your, or at least hold some hope that you're actually going to be enjoying farming these arrows as opposed to dreading going to collect another 200 redwood logs or whatever.
Has this vision been in your head for 10 years as well?
A little bit, yeah. I always say I feel like we need more skilling in old school RuneScape to be like a Mario Party minigame, and I really feel like I nailed the feel of the minigame with this. So yeah, it's an activity, not a minigame, but it feels like a Mario Party like button mashing thing.
Very exciting. Okay, I'm really looking forward to that now, and I'm sure that you've probably piqued the interest of many a viewer back home. Very nice. Okay. Well, thank you so much both for joining us. We'll set you free, I guess, as we prepare for the next guest to join us. Ed, be careful on the way out. He might be hungry again, and you've seen what you can do. So
don't want to end up like Mod Q.
No, you definitely do not. But thank you both so much. Enjoy the rest of the evening. And earlier we shared our planned sailing roadmap. You can just leave whenever you want. Yeah, literally just go. It's fine. You're going to be on cam. They're going to see you get up. It's all fine. Give them a little wave. Yep, there we go. So yeah, we shared our planned sailing roadmap, and throughout 2026, we're dedicated to continue working on the skill and expanding through the seas of Gillinor.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Yep. So with us this evening, we are joined by Mod Elena, who is going to help us talk through all things sailing, and we've also got Jad as well.
Mod Jad to you.
Yeah. Mod Jad. Oh, you're right. Yeah, sorry. Welcome, Elena. How are you doing today?
You. I'm good. I love the set. Feels like home.
And it's warmer than it was on the boat, surprisingly, even though it looks cold.
And outside of the studio as well.
Yeah. It's a little bit chilly out there, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's good to be off the boat.
No, that video was really cool. Really enjoyed that. I like these videos where we have that mix between like the real life and the sort of in-game character style going on.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a new experience for myself and Husky as well, because we've not really done a lot of shoots like out in the wild. And that was on a legit boat. Like, that wasn't a green screen. Like, we were actually just out on a boat. And it took a lot of takes because everything possible went wrong. Like, I'm sure that the other guys in the studio are laughing right now because, yeah, everything possible went wrong. There was construction work in the background. There were other boats. The lights kept like blinding us, and yeah, it was a mess.
A lesson in why we film it in here normally.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Next time it'll be a paddling pool and a little boat in there.
Yeah, for sure.
So we ran a big sailing opinion poll, basically. What were the major learnings from that, and how did it affect the roadmap?
So we had we asked a lot of questions about like various topics as well. One of the big things that we learned was beforehand, like we knew that we're going to need to expand on more of the training methods of sailing. And so we figured like we can see that port tasks are maybe a bit samey. We think that players might want that. The opinion survey said we don't want port tasks. So we straight up just removed this port task update that we'd planned, which was protection tasks. So we just removed that, which gave us more space to do other stuff, which is pretty cool. So that was like probably the biggest change that we made. The other thing was like it kind of highlighted what we already saw on social media, that like people aren't a fan of boat combat at the moment, that seriously needs some changes, which is what we're doing as well. We're just prioritizing that even higher now.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Listening to what players say, that's kind of what we do. That's the old school way. So
what we do.
do keep sharing your feedback on sailing, naturally. What about Barracuda trials? Do you have any idea where the next trial might actually take place? And what about rewards, the important bit?
See, this is why I brought Jad today, because Husky couldn't make it, and I figured I need someone here to handle the difficult questions.
Can you do it as a
what do you think?
ventriloquist situation?
What do you think, Jad? Cool. That's your answer. No, honestly, I don't. We don't actually know where the Barracuda trial is going to be yet. All we know is that obviously, just like the other ones, it will be in a hazardous water somewhere. We know that there are a few hazards that we have already that don't have like super interesting mechanics, right? Like you have the existing temper tantrum area with the rapids and stuff and the thunderclouds. Like that's an interesting bit. If you go to the icy ocean, for example, there's not really anything you can interact with that makes that journey more interesting. So yeah, that's one potential. We're not quite sure where to go with it yet, but we're working on it. As for rewards, I reckon we'll follow the same pattern as the other trials. So it'll be the first reward being some sort of cosmetic, like an outfit probably. Second one being something functional, a bit vague, we don't know what that is yet. And then the third one for the Marlin rank will probably be a flag again, just like the other ones.
Awesome. Go to the next one.
Yeah, I guess so. I realise there's a lot of Kieren in there, isn't there? Yeah. What about quests? How excited are you to see not one, but 2 quests launching for sailing this year?
I'm really excited. The Tortugan storyline that we started is really interesting. We already have ideas on how to do the third one. I think like we game jammed it a little while back. It's obviously going to change, but yeah, the Red Reef is then the second part of that. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil too much, but I'm very excited for it. The sequel quest that we've got planned, I think you're asking about that later, but I'm going to skip ahead a bit.
It's literally right now.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So,
yeah,
so how about, are you able to reveal the scope of the next sequel quest? And which storyline will the continuation of it be?
So for the storyline, we have a few options. At the moment, we're leaning towards something on water, probably including pirates, and there's a number of different ones that could be. As for the scope, we're looking at obviously sometime this year, kind of fitting it between the other things that we're working on. Now that we've pushed the expansion back a little bit, there might be a bit more space to do something interesting there. But yeah, I don't really know what much more to say on it. It's not like a Grandmaster quest.
I was
but
just about to say, what kind of difficulty do you think where it would sit?
I think, yeah, it's hard to say. It's going to be somewhere in between, right? Like hard, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it will be hard.
It'll be hard.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going by the quest.
Yeah, I know.
difficulties,
It just
right?
always makes me laugh when it's like, yeah, what difficulty? Hard.
Yeah. It's hard. Yeah. It kind of
talk about
depends on
the
which
player
one we
designs?
end up with as well, right?
Yeah. No, that's completely fair. Okay. Well, yeah, you were just about to say player design.
Yeah,
islands.
let's talk about those.
Let's just jump straight into them. So, like, I don't think we've done enough to kind of like really just shout about the gravity of the situation, right? We gave full control to players to design an island. Now, obviously, like we've said as well, it's caveated that we have to make sure that it fits in the game, and we might have to make some changes here or there. But how many other studios out there are just allowing people to be like, go and design content? The players will then decide whether or not it gets added in, and then we'll just literally develop it. Look, that is so freaking cool.
It is really
It's
cool.
so exciting. How has it made you feel, like having to, like, how do you feel about letting go of that freedom? You know, that control.
I'm super stoked about it. And this was something that we wanted to do for ages, because we talked about it in refinement of sailing. And then as we progressed with the project, we realized that it's a really difficult task to know what we can fit into sailing's launch. And it's going to be an impossible task for players to know what gap is missing from sailing before they've even tried it. So we figured it's way better to do it after launch so that sailing can settle a little bit and then players can design for it. And I think that was the right call, but I'm super stoked that we still got to do it. Like, that's really exciting. Yeah, I can't think of any studio that's ever done something like that either. And letting go of the design is perfectly fine. In fact, it's actually really interesting because the way that we gave the sort of like competition rules out is a bit similar to how we receive like design briefs internally.
Yeah.
Because we just get given a scope and we say like, okay, we want something that fills this need or this gap, and you have this much time. It can't be bigger than this. Go figure something out. And that's basically what we told the players as well.
Yeah. So how many entries were there, and how
Oh,
do you
God.
possibly choose a top 4?
There were so many entries. I want to say
I can
about
tell ya.
1,400. Is that the number?
Over 1,500. So you're close, actually.
Yeah, it's crazy. So many to sift through. And creds to the dedicated people who have been going through every single one, because every single one has been read as well.
I know my team were having a lot of fun during the last few weeks of December, going through each one of them individually and making sure that they were completely vetted, and then and then put together to be voted on, to then be voted on again. But you know, you carry on. Sorry, you go with the process.
Yeah, because like the process internally, we did a lot of like rounds of like shortening that list, right? Like we had a few people go through each entry initially, picked out their favorites, and then like that list kept going, like getting shorter and shorter. When I looked at it, I think it was about 18 entries from those like 1,500 initially, and then just helped get that down to about 4, which then are the ones that were listed.
Yeah, so why don't we just say let's not wait any longer and let's take a look at our shortlist for the player-designed Sailing Island competition. The blog for this has gone live already. You should be able to see these on the Old School website. But here we have the first one.
Yeah, so first up we have Dunnun Kriegen by Sparrow V. Elena, why was this entry shortlisted? What did you really like about this one?
I really liked how grounded this one felt. Like, that was the first thing that struck me. It's just like, thematically, it's fitting. Like, the landscape looks really fitting for where it is in the world. And the activities are quite interesting as well. As you can see, there's an agility icon there. So the designer here has quite cleverly integrated agility with the landscape, kind of moving it away from like traditional rooftops and stuff, which we quite liked. They've also proposed an interesting crafting method that kind of interweaves with the agility as well, which I thought was quite interesting. So it kind of sets you up for the ability, at least, to work on multiple skills at once.
Awesome stuff. We'll move on to the next one, which is Sea Gnome Outpost by Ninja Pig. Elena, what can you tell us about this one?
Cool. So this one stands out as a bit different to the other ones. This is more like a tropical vibe. I really liked it because it kind of, to me, it felt really different. Like, I wasn't expecting gnomes on islands, but here we are. Suddenly there's sea gnomes. I quite like the idea of the Slayer Master. So what they've pitched is basically a Slayer Master that only gives you tasks that are on the new sailing islands. However, I do think it's hard to draw that line, right? Because imagine you come into the game in like a couple of years and you're like, well, which island was a sailing island and which one wasn't, right? Like, what about Lunar Isle? Is that a sailing island? Like, so I think it needs some thinking about sort of how you define islands. Like maybe it's just any island. But yeah, overall that's really cool. Similar to the other one as well, they've also got an agility course here that's really cleverly weaved into the environment. And yeah, they've got quite a few teleports here as well. That was something that we were talking about internally, was does it really need like 3 teleports? Because I think the gnome glider kind of does the trick. So it might not need like a POH portal as well, but that's nitpicky. Like overall it's really cool.
Yeah, there's always going to be those small things here or
Yeah.
there that will change, and to make it, oh my God, you're going to see why I keep laughing shortly with our next guests that are joining, but they are very distracting out there. They're attempting to fusion themselves like they do on Dragon Ball. For anyone that knows the show, anyway, yeah, to make it completely transparent, part of the competition was that the winner would take their design and would obviously fit it into the game as best as we could, but the designers that are working on that will be working with the creator directly to make sure that that they're kept up to date with everything that's going on in terms of the changes and that they're happy with it. Is that right, Elena?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so like certain details might change. So when you're voting on this, like vote on more so the concept of this island and what it offers, rather than the details, because the details might change. And obviously we'll pull individual things just like we do with any other project. So it's not like a package deal, like you vote on this and it comes into the game. No, you get to vote on each
It will
thing.
be like the formal yes/no vote coming later down the line.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, initially you will just be a case of voting on the island, and then the specifics more after that. But next up we have Wormscraig. Hopefully I've said that right, and this was by Rose and McGeet. And Elena, what was the the reasoning behind this entry being shortlisted?
There were a lot of cool things with this one. I like the presentation itself as well. They did a really good job, and they really sold their vision, I think, with this one. It's got like a bit of a darker theme to it, but also a bit of like a Sara Dominus theme going on. Very interesting thematically. They've got a cool boss design here that was quite detailed and quite interesting. I think it teaches some important mechanics. They've also proposed a Slayer Master, although I do have a suspicion that we might want to change the details of that Slayer Master, because what they offered was the Slayer Master lets you buy any task that you want for a lot of Slayer points. But we need to discuss that further. Like, does that just invalidate a lot of your Slayer grind and other masters?
That'd be
and stuff
quite
like
a big
that?
change, I think, for people to get used to as well. But interesting to see how people would feel about.
Yeah, exactly. So it's possible that we maybe, like, if this one gets voted on and if this is the winner, maybe we take some inspiration from the other Slayer Master, right? And say, okay, it's islands now, for example. So details like that might still change. But overall, though, this was really cool. There was a golem crafting activity on this island as well. That was quite original. So, yeah, a lot of things kind of combined together to make this a really appealing design.
I just can't believe the quality of what we've received from, we've had a shortlist for that was hard, and they're presented in different styles, people with different approaches. It's inspiring to just see how many people are so passionate about this game and willing to put so much time into creativity and genuine design going on as well. So
there's been so many islands as well where individual design decisions are really cool and like stuff that we could definitely see fitting into the game, even though like the wider island didn't get picked. I think there's definitely parts where we might want to take their ideas or like borrow them or ask them for permission to borrow them in the future, right? Or
like that
use
meme
that
is like,
as
this is your homework, this is my homework.
this is my homework now. This is my island. No, but honestly though, like the passion and creativity has been amazing and really inspiring as well. And it's really cool to see.
We have an absolutely phenomenal community. So very grateful for how passionate everyone is and the energy that they pour into it. From all the artwork that gets shared, yet alone these amazing island designs, which I'll let Kieren introduce.
Yeah,
this one.
so our fourth shortlisted entry is Slime Spire by Will. Elena, again, what caught your eyes? Tell us a bit more about this one.
So I tend to start with the thematic, and this one's very unique. This one's all about sort of slugs, I suppose, and snails. And it's quite a hardened rock out in the ocean, right? Like quite a... Oh, me and Mod Other, we were talking about this internally, and it kind of feels like things on this island have survived despite of the hardship of the island. It's kind of rugged and a difficult terrain. You might see as well here, just like many of the other designs, there's an agility shortcut. We hear you, people want agility.
There's an agenda here, actually.
Yeah, or, sorry, not shortcut. Yeah, agility. Oh God, lap? What's it called? Course.
Yeah.
My God.
There you go.
Yeah. There's an agility course. There is a new creatures to fight. So the slugs, or the snails rather. There's I forget what it's called. Shepherd. Oh yeah. So the chests as well. So the idea is that you kill different things, you do different things on the island, you get keys, you unlock this chest as well. So lots of cool stuff here. I for sure really just enjoyed the thematic here. It was so different and so interesting.
Well, amazing. Thank you so much for letting us have a little bit of an insight into your thought process behind all of these. And if you want to take a closer look at all of the entries, you can see them in the blog. And I believe that should be, if I just remind myself really quickly, ! Sailing, fully enough. I should have just known that straight away. But I wanted to be absolutely certain because I've made a few mistakes today. Just like the name of the previous one, Worms. I said Craig, and is it like meant to be Craig?
Craig? I don't
Craig?
know.
Anyway,
we'll figure it out one day.
Yeah.
We've only
We'll
done
ask the
skill
designer.
islands and everything.
We'll ask the player designer.
We will, and you'll be able to vote on which one of those islands should be the one that wins, and that will be immediately after the Winter Summit that we're in right now comes to a close, and we'll let you know when it is live in game.
We'll say bye to you now, Modelina. Thank you so much for joining us, and you might want to take Modjad with you.
Yeah,
as
we need a
well.
little bit of space for what's coming, I believe. So
Good luck.
Thank you. I think we're going to need it.
We do need the good luck.
Okay, all right. Free stuff. More free stuff. It's our final giveaway of the night, and we have got a winner. So the You Choose Lumbridge Castle set is going to be going over to T-Wiz. Congratulations, T-Wiz, and that's Wiz spelt with a number 1. You have won yourself the You Choose Lumbridge mini brick set, which is absolutely amazing. Let's also look at the prizes after here for winners of the Player Designed Island competition, alongside that island concept that is being added to the game, of course. They can get an amazing Starforge PC, full setup. There's also a keyboard, mouse, other peripherals available for runners-up, and then we're giving away membership for the third, I believe, runner-up of the competition. We have joined forces with Starforge to offer the final winner a full RuneScape, old school RuneScape PC bundle, plus a mystery prize from Starforge as well, which we can reveal is this old school RuneScape inspired keyboard, which we're going to share more on in a minute. Each shortlisted winner, as I mentioned, is also going to get themselves a Starforge desk mat, as well as the old school inspired keyboard, and 1 year of membership each.
But that's not it for our collab with Starforge. While not a part of the prize, we wanted to share some of the new pieces coming from this partnership. And the best bit, they're available to order right now. So type ! Starforge in the chat now to get more information. So first up, let's have a look at that epic old school inspired keyboard that we just mentioned.
It's so cool.
Honestly, I am
so
going to be
clean
spending
as
some
well.
of my own money on this because it's phenomenal.
This is the keyboard that is going to convince me to convert away from having the numpad, because I really like the numpad keys. I will move for this. Absolutely will.
You can label your F keys properly now. You'll never forget which one you used. But yeah, these custom keycaps feature instantly recognizable UI icons, your very own home teleport, timeless old school RuneScape colors, and the ever iconic RuneScape font. They're compatible with MX switches, and you can choose between the full keyboard or just the keycaps. So maybe you can get your...
Oh, I could just put it onto my existing keyboard.
And this was made in partnership with Ducky. The full keyboard comes with a custom designed old school RuneScape Ducky Project D Tinker 75 frame.
And then if you want to add some extra flavor to your setup, then we have the Zook keycap with a very strong looking chest. It's 3D modeled and hand painted. It captures the grading of Zook's fiery red skin, his yellow glowing eye, and the charcoal of this Tazar's armored helm. So yeah, as we said there, 3D modeled and hand painted. We saw all of the progression, like pictures of all the different, paint styles and jobs, and eventually, settled in this one. But that is pretty epic in this day and age of a lot of things, that are, typically mass produced. I think it's really cool to actually have something like this that you can consider being, a little bit more unique.
I mean, it's genuinely amazing.
Yeah. And then finally, you can celebrate our 25th anniversary with an illustration of iconic bosses from both old school RuneScape and RuneScape, such as Elvarg, Ziliana, and the King Black Dragon, made in collaboration with community artist Bucket Cultist. Display with either a high quality, durable acrylic and backlit plate light, which can be placed either inside or outside your PC case, or opt for Starforge's premium acrylic wall art panels to decorate your gaming room with it instead. You can use !Starforge to get the link to all of these new items, which they are genuinely, like, we've been cooking with merch, haven't we? Some of the stuff that we have now compared to a few years back is just like, it's next level. It's so cool.
Yeah, it really is amazing. Like, that keyboard, it's coming home.
Yeah, I can tell you are absolutely gassed for
I
that,
do
aren't
need a
you?
new PC as well, so it's kind of tempting.
Yeah. Yo, Starforge. Get Starforge PC. Look at that case. That artwork. Chef's kiss. Right, okay. I'm a little bit worried for this one. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Hold
Slightly
on a second.
concerning.
You're bringing it.
Okay.
Okay.
You're carrying the goods.
We've got something else that we need to talk to you about. It's not as big as a new raid, but it's still pretty cool. It's pretty exciting. We're going to welcome on some new guests. I have absolutely no idea how I introduced them. Thank you.
It's freshly milked.
I've got
fresh milk.
I've got Mod Arcane. No, I can't say that, can I?
Mod Mookin.
I was like, I'm going to drink some of Mod Arcane's milk. Thank you.
Yeah.
Freshly milked.
Cheers, buddy. That's pretty good.
That is good milk.
Yeah, good quality milk.
I would say it's utterly terrific.
Magnificent.
But shall we get moving on to what this project is actually about?
Wait, hold on. Let's actually do some proper introductions. I think we probably need to, despite the comedic effect here. Mod Arcane, Mod Acorn, welcome both to the live stream.
Can you pronounce it right?
Oh, Moody Arcane and Moody Acorn.
You can take that.
How are you both doing?
I don't get paid enough for this shit.
Neither do I. I just drank your milk, man. What do you mean?
Well, I'm utterly fantastic.
Please explain what's going on. Whatever we're calling you. Mod Acorn, Mod Moocorn, Mood Acorn, whatever.
I can taste his milk.
So, what motivated us to to work on this project? It started with Game Jam. This is something that we work on once or twice a year. It's, for those that may not know, Game Jam's kind of a down tools day for 2 weeks where the mods can go around and just do whatever they want. They can make a quest. They can make They can make debug. They can make code that they just want to do to help us when we're working on anything. In this instance, we decided to work on a special boss. Our inspiration was there was kind of talks and chatter about how we wanted something low level for free-to-play players that was content that they could do in the same vein as Scurrius, but much lower level. And that's where...
Yeah, so we came up with a cow boss project, and we kind of wanted you to be able to like log in, you train for a couple of hours, you kill some cows, as everyone does, get your cow hides, and you kind of see this bull in the corner, and you start asking a couple of questions, and you're like, I want to fight that, and it's like your first kind of like little tease about like what combat can really be like. Scurrius did a really good job of that with like prayer flicking and dodging and things like that, but especially the WoW creators said that like that opened up their eyes into what old school RuneScape combat can really be. And Scurrius is still like quite late into the game in reality. You're probably spending a couple dozen hours of AFK in combats before you're even trying that. So we wanted something earlier. And so yeah, this is like maybe You got like 15 strength, 15 attack. Maybe you're in full iron armor, and you got a little bit of a boss with a couple of mechanics.
We also wanted something that's like easily accessible in the sense of where its location is, something that you can see right there as you're doing your regular training. So as you can see in the art that was shown there, it's like in the Lumbridge cow pen. You're already there, you're already doing cow killing, and you see something that looks a little bit more menacing, something a little bit more aspirational maybe, as you gain into your combat levels. So that's where we settled on for this particular piece of content. The other thing we have with this content is the Ides of Milk. This is a quest that allows you to speak to a man named Cassius. So he really is on a mission to kind of get into that milk business. He wants you to help him take into the Lumbridge milk business. But unfortunately, there's a little bit of a snag in his plans. In order to have a business, you need a permit. Who would have thought, you know? In Gillinor, you need permits to have a business. So you will take on this quest to obtain a permit for Cassius. And in that, you will do multiple things. You will grab the bull by the horns. You will learn about the principles of animal husbandry. And of course, you will drink some milk.
Brilliant. I love how you pointed over. I think Kieran's basically polished his milk.
Honestly, I've got some left.
That was some top tier.
I need to savor it.
Proper thirsty one over here.
It's really good.
Okay, all right. That all sounds super exciting. And honestly, you know, like I'm reading up on chat here, and there's a lot of people that are genuinely seeing the benefit to having something like this in the game. I think, you know, if you went back a few years ago and we toyed the idea of having a boss that you could fight within the first 2 hours of playing the game, it would have been absolutely trolled on. Everyone would have laughed about it and said, like, that's completely pointless. But adding things like Scurious, you know, those earlier pieces of content that really show you what the game has to offer, it genuinely does help. It does make a big impact. So this is a great way of doing it. I also love how ludicrous of an idea it would be to add a scoreboard to this boss.
And the death counter, because you never know.
You could literally kill this boss in 2 ticks.
Yeah.
Like, the world records are going to be out of this world.
Insane. Well, I mean, people have died to the gemstone crab, so I'm sure they can die to this as well. All right. It all sounds magnificent.
I'd love to say this isn't even a bit. You just come to work dressed like this regularly.
Yeah. It's actually really comfortable.
It looks really cozy,
soft.
to be honest. Like, keep a hold of that. That's, you know, when you get cold, you know, around winter time like now. Anyway, what rewards can players expect from the cow?
There's a surprising amount of rewards from this update. So we do have the quest, the Ides of Milk, and from that you will get the cowbell amulet. This is able to be charged with air runes, and it'll teleport you to the eastern Lumbridge Cowpen, which early game is actually a really desirable teleport. Like that with the Chronicle allows a lot of back and forth teleporting to like really speed up the early game.
Yeah.
But obviously it's locked behind some gameplay. You got to kill a boss, you got to do a quest, and it feels like deserved, right? Then
don't forget ticking.
Oh, yeah, it has one extra effect. Whilst wearing the cowbell amulet, you get to milk cows 1 tick quicker. 1 tick quicker. 6 ticks instead of 7 ticks.
That sounds a little bit broken.
It's huge. Absolutely massive.
Milk stonks are going down. You're literally going to ruin the milk economy.
Dual-wheeled milking.
There's some other rewards. We got some cow slippers here. They're just a cosmetic. They're very cute. There's a lot of different variants of them as well. We have quite a few different alternative versions of the cow slippers that you can toggle between. There's also the rump steak, which is basically just some low-level food, but it's like it hits above its weight in terms of like its level requirement because you have to get it from a boss as opposed to just fishing tuna or something like that. There's also the new letter, which is equivalent of like Steel Defender. It's just slightly shuffled stats. Obviously not overly desirable and you'll outclass it fairly quickly, but considering how low level this boss is, I think it actually has a bit of a place. And of course, the bottomless milk bucket. Legendary reward. I'm sure this needs no explanation why this is such a desirable upgrade for any account, completionist, min-maxer, anyone. Making cakes, churning butter,
making
like,
cheese.
like absolutely everything you can imagine you can do with this bucket.
Personally, I can't wait for the bottomless milk bucket.
I think you need one now, mate. Do you want the rest of mine?
Delicious.
I respect it. Hey.
I mean, I'm gonna get ahead of the chat here because, like, we've just seen the holy molies. Where's the holy cow slippers?
Maybe in about 3 years, and we'll pull it again.
After we have our 7,000th Reddit post about it, you might get some
There's a
Pody
quota
Cow
we need
slippers.
to meet, of course.
Okay. So a lot of that, all of this sounds very good. I know we're having a lot of fun with this, and that's because it genuinely is just meant to be, you know, a little bit of fun, but it also is quite serious. It has some genuine, meaningful impact into the game. But is there anything else that you want to tell us about the project that you might not have shared with us so far?
So, as Acorn alluded to, like game jams are around 2 weeks, roughly, a duration. And it was until like, I think Monday or Tuesday into the second week. We had like 4 days left, and we were kind of done with the project. And we started to think like, what about hard mode? Is that a meme? Is that funny? And we started thinking about it a little bit more, and we're like, this is objectively the easiest boss in the game, the lowest level boss in the game. What about if it was also the hardest boss in the game? So, so we kind of just ran with that idea, and we created like a very simple hard mode version of the cow boss. That's very, very difficult. It's fairly predictable in terms of mechanics, but like, it's going to take you a couple of attempts. Think like Awakened, like Leviathan, Awakened Vardover's level difficulty from the cow boss. And it's locked behind some endgame content, so a low-level player can't stumble into it. But we won't really say how. It's a bit obtuse, if I'm honest. The Wikipedia is probably going to look at the case and figure everything out day one. But it'd be really fun to watch the streams immediately of people tackling hard mode cow boss. Are we allowed to relate to the event that we had last week?
Sure.
No? Yeah.
Why not?
So we basically had like a bit of like an internal playtest, and some of the content creators gave it a little bit of a go, and no one managed to complete it. No one managed to beat it. And it was just a bit of fun. So we'll see how that goes on launch.
To kind of like put it into perspective on how enticing that version was, we were actually in the section talking about Raids, the Fractured Archive, and there was an opportunity to do a very, very early prototype of what we envisage one of the encounters could have been like. So it wasn't like they were getting the full experience. It wasn't even a full, full boss. But it was Raids 4, that's cool. And then we said, but we've also got a hard mode cow that we think no one is going to be able to defeat. And guess what? No one cared about Raids 4 anymore. And for the next hour, everyone that was there was sat trying to kill the hard cow boss. So, yeah, I actually think it's pretty damn good. You've done a really good job with it.
Even at like lunchtime, we had like Boti coming up to us and saying, "Can you unlock the PC so I can continue playing hard mode boss during lunch?" So it really was one of the most successful little bits that we had done as just part of a silly game jam idea.
Yeah, and you'll see it in the blog, right? We wouldn't normally do this because Game Jam we typically treat like separately. We would have its own kind of like dedicated blogs and talking about stuff that the devs have been working through, and we will still have that. But this one was like so basically done. It was so like ready to go, and we just thought, why the heck not? Let's just see what people think. So yeah.
There's one thing keep coming up in the chat during the rewards, and that is there a pet?
There is a pet, and the pet's called Beef.
Beef.
It has a bow tie.
Oh, everyone's gonna have to grind this pet. It's gonna be so cute.
And does the pet come from the normal cow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Does that? But it wouldn't be available in free to play.
It wouldn't be available unless we changed things, but
yeah. Okay. Well, in the blog, it will talk about which rewards are and aren't available for free to play and members, because a lot of those are going to be members only, despite the boss being available in free to play. That's more of like an experience thing for them as opposed to for monetary gain or rewards and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I've got one final question. Would you describe this hard mode cow boss as a high stake fight?
Okay. All right.
Cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was well done. I'd say medium rare.
Are we done?
I think we're done.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mod Arcane, Mod Acorn. It's really hard to say both of your names in succession because they start very similar almost. So I keep going to call you Arcane and also you to call you Arcane. But anyway,
it's a hard life.
Mod Acorn, Mod Arcane. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for having a little bit of fun with it as well, and for providing us with milk.
Even if you didn't drink it.
I had a sip.
Okay.
Yeah, I've drank a lot of water today. I haven't had a toilet break, so I'm just trying to remind myself that I'm an adult with an adult bladder and I can do this.
Yeah, so thank you so much, both of you. It's exciting to include one extra little update there. And I believe that brings us to the end of our 2026 Winter Summit. Shall we take another look at the completed roadmap?
Yeah, there's so much ahead of us. I want to thank all of our guests who have joined us on the sofa today and everyone behind the scenes for putting on such an awesome show. But looking at the roadmap here, before we do wrap up, we've got Deadman Annihilation coming to you January 30th, followed up very shortly afterwards by League's Demonic Pacts. That's coming out in April. That's so soon.
So soon. So soon. So exciting. And there's no more Yammer voice to interrupt us anymore, I don't think. Oh, wow, he's listening. He is listening.
I spoke too soon.
I really did. Summer Sweep Up coming straight after League's going to make some major game improvements across a series of different areas. And then that leads us into our next Grandmaster quest, Blood Moon Rises, the finale of the Mayaki quest series. You're going to finally confront Drakan himself, new boss in the Maggot King. Can't wait for this one. Going to be so good.
It is going to be absolutely epic. And then in autumn, later this year, we have the bingo community feature where you'll get to be able to create your own bingo events and have grid functionality in your hands. If you've ever participated in a clan bingo and you've been riddled with drama of people claiming that they got drops when they didn't, or that they didn't get a screenshot when they got the drop, all of these things can be completely avoided because we can just tell you from the system whether they got the drop or not, whether they got the XP or not. It should help streamline all of those things together. All we're really trying to do is enable you to be able to do what you're already doing a little bit easier, a little bit more effectively, and so that more people can join, more people can experience it. Maybe if you're not in a clan now, it'll be a good time to try and find one. And we actually have a clan recruitment section in the Discord server, which you should have all joined today because of the giveaways, right?
Absolutely. And in winter, we'll be bringing you our 4th raid, our hardest raid yet as well. So exciting. You need to beat Wild Gothic Sleeps to get to it. And we'll be talking about rewards in due course later this year as well. And there's one thing getting spammed in the chat. It's hard not to notice because it's just endless, and it's when cow. When cow. The intention, I believe, should you vote on it the correct way, it will be coming in February. That's the plan. That's the aim.
Well, that's like a week
No time
away.
at all.
It's like a week away. What
It's
do you
basically
mean?
ready.
Yeah.
So if you vote on it and you say yes, it will be coming with you very soon.
Yeah, that is epic. And obviously, there's everything else in there that we haven't mentioned as well at the bottom. Like, we're going to be doing ongoing quality of life throughout the year. The next major poll, I can't remember the number now, it's like 87, 88, something like that. We're going to be asking you more than we have before in terms of how it should be themed, what kind of areas should we be focusing on. We've got the RS25 birthday. We also have the old school birthday. We've got Easter, Halloween, Christmas. There are new quests, new cosmetic rewards. So much coming out. And then Sailing has its own freaking roadmap of things that are going to be happening throughout the year as well.
As well as our massive live events. First in-person event in Chicago. First in-person event in the US with Dead Man Allstars. And obviously our biggest and best ever RuneFest back at the NEC in Birmingham in October this year as well. And the other thing I thought I'd just highlight is, like, this is the first time we're ever delivering you a league, a Grandmaster quest, and a raid.
In the same year.
In the same year.
Hype!
Which is crazy. It really is crazy how much we're getting into the schedule, and alongside all these other things as well that are going on. So, incredible stuff.
It truly is. And all of the things that we spoke about today should be available, if not, then very soon, in a poll that will be live in-game, as well as the opinion poll. We want to hear your feedback. How did you find the summit? Did you enjoy the new format? What are you most excited for? But the real thing at the end of the day is go and vote. Have your say. You get to decide whether or not all of the things that we've discussed today make their way into the game or not, which rewards that we look at, all of that good stuff. The power is in your hands. Engage with our socials, get involved in the discussions, let us know your feedback. If you have anything that you're particularly concerned about, anything that you really, really liked and you want us to see us do more of, then let us know. The team will be scouring over all of that over the course of the next few days. And as the poll closes, we'll wrap everything up and then get back to you in terms of what happens next. But I guess until then, that's going to be it for now. So thank you so much for sticking with us. We really hope that you enjoyed this Sunday. We had Dead Man Factions followed by the summit that you're watching now. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this wonderful community and for helping the game continue to grow and thrive in the way that it has. You're amazing. Today has been amazing. The team have been amazing on putting all this together.
You're amazing, Ayiza.
I was going to say you're amazing too.
Oh, so cute.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Genuinely, what he says, everything I echo. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's make 2026 the best ever in old school yet.
Heck yeah to that. Have a wonderful evening, folks, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.